In this moment, let us pause and breathe, enfolding ourselves in the soft embrace of presence. Feel the air around you, a gentle whisper against your skin. Think the rhythm of your breath as it ebbs and flows, like a tide meeting the shore. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across an open sky, softening into the expansive quiet that lies beneath them. Notice the weight of the world softly receding, leaving only the precious, unfurling moment before you. Here, in this space, let us turn our attention to a simple act, an everyday experience, an invitation to be fully present in a small kitchen filled with the warm glow of the afternoon sun. Sunlight danced upon the surfaces of the dishes piled gently in the sink. Each piece bore witness to a meal prepared, shared, and savored. The air was fragrant with echoes of herbs and spices, and the remnants of laughter that had hung there like threads woven through time as she approached the sink. Mary allowed herself to be fully aware of her surroundings, the soft ticking of the clock on the wall, the distant hum of life outside. The gentle rustle of the wind through the leaves, all these sounds, slowly drawing her into this serene moment. She rolled up her sleeves, the coolness of the water washing over her forearms as she dipped her hands into the warm, soapy basin, allowing the gentle suds to cradle her fingers. Each dish was remarkable in its own right, smooth porcelain plates, tinged with colors that reflected last night's dinner, sturdy glassware carrying the remnants of laughter. As Mary picked up the first dish, she felt its familiar weight, a tangible connection to shared moments. She closed her eyes for a moment, and in that darkness, there unfurled a wealth of memories, the scent of time mingling with her grandmother's voice, the way the laughter of friends filled the space, and how time, in those simple moments, seemed to stretch like the daylight streaming through the window. With conscious intention, she began to wash the plate, the sensation of the water swirling around her hands, awakening her sense of touch. Each movement carried a fluid grace, the sponge gliding over the surface like a dancer. As her hands moved, she felt the warm water cascading like a gentle stream, the bubbles rising, bursting into little rainbows of light. Inhaling, she took in the scent of soap, fresh, clean, bright. Thoughts drifted in and out like leaves dancing on a breeze. What should I make for dinner tonight? Did I remember to send that email? Yet, with each thought that arose, she gently acknowledged it, letting it float away like a passing cloud, returning her focus to the here and now. Two sensations lapping at her consciousness. The sound of the water splashing against the dishes became a melody, an orchestra of droplets that sang of simplicity, serving as her guide into greater awareness. She became aware of how the light shifted around her, illuminating the cooled ceramic and the metal of utensils, each glint reflecting the shimmer of her attention. Time slowed. There was nothing urgent, nothing to rush. The act of being dot. As she moved to the next dish's sturdy blue balls, she felt the textured surface beneath the sponge, and she closed her eyes again. She observed the rhythmic pattern of her breathing, how with each inhale she filled her lungs with warmth and light, and with each exhale she let go. Here, in this stillness, there was no pressure, only gentle acceptance and the surrender to this moment of care. With each pass of her hand, she contemplated her connection to these objects. The bowl held stories, remnants of family meals, nourishing sustenance, laughter shared over warm food. As she rinsed it, the water poured from her fingers like a gentle stream. She watched in awe as the glossy surface reflected the room, a miniature universe of fleeting moments and timeless connection. She moved through the dishes, allowing the warmth of the water to envelop her, each item revealing itself as she nurtured it with her hands. As the bubbles dissipated, they whisked away remnants of yesterday, leaving only clarity, a sense of renewal. Each stroke of the sponge against the glass, the crystal clear surface, was an invitation to be here, to explore the delicate balance of care and connection. After what felt like both a brief eternity and the soft tick of a moment, as she paused and wiped her hands on a soft towel, feeling the fibers against her skin. Mary allowed herself a moment to simply stand and observe the sink filled with gleaming dishes, sunlight pooling across the counter. The entire process had unfurled into an unexpected meditation, a communion with the ordinary and the extraordinary, held in the present. As she placed the last dish into the dish rack, the room fell into a calm silence, a gentle hush, and she listened to the faint sounds of life outside. Laughter of children, a passing car, the rustle of leaves, all strumming the chords of existence. She stood for a moment longer, allowing her breath to flow freely, and noticed how the light now danced through the window, illuminating the dust motes that floated lazily. Each one a reminder of the grace found in the simplest moments. Mary stepped back, feeling the warmth of completion wrap around her like a blanket. There was no rush. Within this cocoon of stillness, she could savor the satisfaction of care given, of presence embraced. With a gentle heart, she washed the last of the reminders from her hands, letting the water carry away not just the dirt, but the weight of the day in the quiet of the kitchen. Mary discovered a deep truth. Each moment holds within it the potential for stillness, the dance of water and light, a reflection of life itself. The mundane transformed into magic through the lens of awareness, illuminating the richness of existence in the simplest of acts. In that space, she found not just peace, but a reminder that life, when touched with mindfulness, goes into a beautiful tapestry of connection, woven thread by thread, moment by moment. And in that, we can each find our belonging. As you settle into this moment, take a soft breath in and then let it out gently, as if you were releasing a feather into the wind. Notice how the air feels as it enters your lungs, cool at first, then warm and full as you draw it deeper into your being. Allow yourself to arrive fully here in this space where thoughts may flit like butterflies, but need not distract you. Instead, let them pass as you anchor yourself in the present, cradled by awareness. The world is alive, and in this very moment, you hold the key to the serene and unfolding narrative of your day. The light of the early morning kissed the kitchen, spilling golden warmth over the table where yesterday's remnants rested quietly, a tapestry of small moments weaved together. A cup, a plate, a forecall, patiently awaiting their reclamation in the rhythmic pulse of life, existing in a state of stillness and recalling the laughter and conversation the day had witnessed as you approached the sink. The soft sound of water trickling from the faucet fills your ears, forming a delicate melody mingled with the whispers of the house waking up around you. Cat stretches and yawns in the corner, punctuating the stillness with a moment of shared solitude. You take a deep breath, feeling the cool towel beneath your feet, grounding you, reminding you of your place in this sacred space. Warmth embraces your hands as you fill the basin. The water flows, a gentle stream, sparkling and alive, mirroring the flow of life itself. You feel the weight of the day's possibilities resting on your shoulders, but here, in the presence of each dish, you choose to set those burdens down. Each plate, each cup, tells a story, each bearing remnants of meals shared, of connections made as you place the first dish into the soapy water. The sound of laughter echoes faintly in your mind a moment, shared over breakfast, a delightful chaos of breadcrumbs and spilled juice. The bubbles rise large and frothy around your hands, the warm, soapy water caressing your skin. You find a rhythm in the task, your hands moving with grace as they slip over the glazed surface of the porcelain, moving with intention, with purpose. The scent of the dish soap fills your senses, sharp yet sweet, a gentle reminder of the joy of care. Thoughts come and go, like leaves floating down a stream, materializing, fluttering into view, and then drifting away, while you hold the present moment with tenderness. As you scrub and rinse, awareness deepens, unveiling the beauty in the mundane. The sound of cascading water fills the air, mingling with the soft humming of the refrigerator hum that sings of sustenance, of life carrying on. It is the sound of the ordinary, rich with potential, reminding you that in this very moment, all that is required is to be here wholly and completely. You take a moment to pause, lifting your hands from the water, glancing out the window. The world breathes with you, the trees, appearing vibrant and alive, sway gently with the morning breeze, while the sun climbs higher, painting shadows that dance across the floor. Nature is weaving a tapestry of moments much like your own, ordinary yet extraordinary all at once. The water splashes, startling a nearby bird perched on the fence. It calls out in a simple, joyous note, a reminder of life in its purest form. As you return to the dishes, feeling the texture of each item, smoothness of the glass, the rough edge of a chipped plate, you become conscious of the sensations that ripple through your fingertips. Each sensation a story, each particle of sopa, reminder of care, connection. There is the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath, a sense of belonging that envelops you. You are not apart from this moment. You are woven into the fabric of it. There is no hurry, no rush, just a peaceful unfolding of the now, as the last dish finds its shine, leaving behind a trail of bright reflections in the water. When the last plate is set aside, you take a deep breath, an exhale of gratitude, the task complete, yet the state of being still from your hands. You appreciate the mundane for the small joys it brings, how each moment contributes to the whole. How an act as simple as washing dishes can open a door to mindfulness, to presence. A soft smile plays upon your lips. It's the smile of understanding that life is not just in the significant moments, but in the lovingly repeated rhythms of the everyday. You dry your hands on a towel, inhaling the fresh scent of cotton, feeling grateful for warmth and for water, for the miracle of existence that allows you to engage so fully in the simplest of tasks. The world outside hums with routine, cars passing, children laughing, birds chirping. These sounds weave into your consciousness, a tapestry of daily life. You step back and allow yourself a moment of stillness, absorbing the beauty that surrounds you in the quietude of this moment. May you remember that mindfulness is not only found in the silence of meditation, but also in the gentle rhythms of your day. Each scraping plate, each drop of water, and each fleeting thought holds the potential for presence. Embrace the ordinary as you would an old friend, and witness how the most humble moments can fill your heart with grace, anchoring you in the simplicity of now. As you move forward from this place, carry the essence of this experience with you, grounded like the earth, flowing like the water, and ever present amidst the dance of the daily. In the quiet of the evening, as the world begins to lay down its burdens, find a comfortable place to settle. Allow your breath to become your guide, gentle, rhythmic, and profound in its simplicity. Inhale deeply, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and exhale softly, releasing the weight of the day. Here, beside the ebb and flow of your breath, there exists a sanctuary, a moment suspended in time where you can simply be. Let each thought drift like clouds across a vast blue sky, allowing sensations, sounds, and stillness to weave together. In this tapestry of now, imagine, if you will, the soft patter of rain on a window pane, a gentle invitation to pause and savor the quietude surrounding you. As the droplets create tiny rivers that wind down the glass, picture yourself drawn to the kitchen, where the warm light spills across the countertop, illuminating the familiar chaos of a lived-in space. Here, the day's remnants linger, a collection of dishes scattered from meals crafted and shared. Each plate and mug tells a story, a moment of laughter, a sigh of comfort, a celebration of unity. With a delicate breath, you approach this humble array allowing your feet to ground themselves against the cool tiles. The air is fragrant, with the mingling scents of soap and lingering spices, a reminder of nourishment and care, both given and received. You fill the basin with warm water, watching as the steam rises, quilling and twisting like tendrils of thought, as you immerse your hands into the soapy warmth. Feel the sensation envelop you. Notice how the heat seeps into your skin, creating a space of warmth, a retreat from the coolness of the evening air. The dishes emerge from their day, waiting patiently. And you pick up the first plate, a simple white canvas, now marked with remnants of a beloved meal. As you hold the plate, take a moment to observe its texture: smooth, cool, its surface slightly curved under your fingers. The sponge glides across, caressing and soothing the surface. With each sweep, you feel the hard remnants dissolve and loosen, and in this moment, there is no rush. Each rise and fall of your breath mirrors the motion as you wash away the day, one plate at a time. Listen to the sound of the water splashing gently, the rhythm soft and consistent. Perhaps it reminds you of a distant ocean, waves rolling into the shore, caressing the earth. In this kitchen, you find your own shoreline, the steady cadence of your actions, bringing you back to this moment, the here and now, where all else fades into the background. You move to the next dish, a colorful bowl cradling memories of laughter and warmth. As you scrub, the colors dance in the light, a mosaic of experience unfolding before your eyes. Each bubble that forms upon the surface carries with it the laughter shared, the moments cherished. What stories lie within these curves? What whispers? Laced between bites of food and sips of drink, with your hands submerged, feel the texture of the sponge, its gentle resilience against your palms. You notice how it yields to your movements, and in this give and take, how you, too, yield to the experience, surrendering to the act of washing. Each dish becomes a meditation. It's a marker of gratitude for the nourishment provided and the connections forged in the quiet solitude. Thoughts may rise like ships upon the horizon, beckoning for your attention. Some carry the weight of worries, while others unfurl memories of past joys. Gently, you watch them pass by, acknowledging their presence without attachment, allowing them to drift back into the sea of your mindful awareness. You dip a cup into the soothing embrace of the soapy water, the familiar handle fitting snugly into your grasp. As you wash it, you find your mind easing, clarity emerging like light breaking through the clouds. In this simple act, your thoughts begin to settle. It's the noise of the outside world growing distant. You hear the subtle symphony of life continuing. Beyond your kitchen, the patter of rain intensifying, the distant rumble of thunder a reminder of nature's power. Yet here, in your sanctuary, all is calm. Each moment feels expansive, ripe with possibility. The movement of your hands, the warmth of the water, and the rising steam create a tapestry of presence, continuing your rhythmic movements. Stack the cleansed dishes upon a rack, one by one, letting them dry in the quiet air. Each piece finds a place of belonging, a moment of completion in the dance of your evening. Take a breath, savoring the peace that envelops you, the stillness washing over like a gentle tide. As you finish, turn your gaze towards the window. The raindrops are now a symphony, filling the space with a soothing melody that invites reflection. In this moment of stillness, recognize how the rhythms of life unfold continuously, how they shape and mold our experiences. It is this very presence that carries you through both in the depths and the shallow moments of the day, with the last of the dishes taken care of. You dry your hands on a towel, the fabric soft and comforting against your skin. In this act of completion, you find renewal, a gentle release. The day has offered its gifts, and you have received them fully and wholeheartedly. Take a moment to stand still, feeling the gravity of the ground beneath your feet, the texture of the air that cradles you. Listen to the sustained whisper of the rain, like a lullaby for your spirit, a reminder of the ever-flowing ease of existence as you step away from the kitchen. Carry this moment with earring, space, of grounding, of peace, a reminder that amidst the waves of life, there exists a stillness that you can always return to. Here, in the heart of your experience, you find clarity and calm, an anchor in the vast ocean of being. When you choose to engage with the ordinary, to wash away the mundane, you open the door to the extraordinary. Right here in the present moment, embrace this knowing and let it settle softly within. For within you lies the sanctuary of stillness, ready to be encountered again and again. In this moment, as you find yourself seated in a comfortable place, take a deep breath. Inhale deeply through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand like a soft balloon, and then exhale slowly, letting any tension flow out of you, as if it were a gentle stream retreating back into the earth. Feel the air against your skin. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Allow this moment to gently cradle you, anchoring you in the present. Let go of whatever thoughts or concerns you carry. For now, simply be. As you settle into this space, we will journey together, exploring the ordinary, the profound, and the beauty that resides in the simple act of being. Outside, the world continues its ceaseless dance. Cars hum by in the distance. Birds whisper in the branches of a nearby tree, their songs weaving through the sonic tapestry of the day. You find yourself standing at the kitchen sink, the soft light streaming through the window like warm honey, illuminating the gentle chaos of your everyday life. The dishes are piled high, a mountain of remnants from meals shared, laughter exchanged, and stories told. As you reach for the first plate, you notice its weight in your hands. It is cool, surprisingly smooth, the surface glimmering with a thick sheen of an unseen residue. In the delicate act of washing, you become aware of the water's touch, warm, glistening droplets cascading over your fingers, a soothing caress that invites you to let go of your myriad thoughts. You turn the faucet, and the water rushes forth, crystalline and clear. Listen to the sound. There's a gentle rush, a melodic splatter as water meets porcelain. Each plate you pick up is a world unto itself. You wipe the crumbs away, each stroke a tender whisper of gratitude for the moments that have come and gone. With every swirl of the sponge, the sensation of the soft and rough textures entwines, reminding you of the balance in life, the joy and the mess, the beauty and the burden. You bring a mug to your gaze, its surface etched with faded memories of countless caffeinated mornings and cozy evenings. As you wash, you feel the warmth of the sun on your back, a tender reminder that you are alive and hair a body connected to a heart that beats in rhythm with the quiet pulse of the universe. The water sloshes as you rinse, a gentle cascade that mirrors the flow of your thoughts. A moment arises where you simply pause, your breath catching in your lungs, and in that pause, you hear the soft cadence of the world enveloping you. The leaves outside whisper to one another as if sharing secrets. The distant sound of children's laughter bubbles up as they chase one another with uncontained joy. In this space, notice the urge to rush, to finish, to move on to the next task, but instead, with each breath, you gently set that urge aside. Here, at the sink, with the soft foam of dish soap lifting into the air like tiny clouds, you allow yourself to be wholly present. Every moment spent here is an invitational path that leads you deeper into this act of care. The water pulls away the remnants of yesterday, and in this simple ritual, there lies the profound capacity to cleanse not just plates, but also worries, assumptions, and judgments. You take a moment to notice the rhythm of your movements, the slight twist of your wrist, the soft glide of your hand. You are not just cleaning. You are engaging in a sacred dialogue, each movement, a conversation between you and the world. It's a tender expression of love and attention to the life that surrounds you. As you lift each plate, a story unfolds of family. Dinners, holiday gatherings, shared laughter dampened by spilled drinks. You can even recall the silence that descended upon the table as a beloved story emerged. And in these memories, a warmth envelops you like a soft blanket tucked around your shoulders. You hear laughter again, this time a memory stitched into the fabric of your being. With each plate, you release a smile, a moment, a fragment of the past, allowing space for new memories to take root. It is here that you come to the realization that washing dishes, this once mundane chore, is but a beautiful reflection of life itself, a cycle of receiving and letting go, of nurturing and being nurtured. With each drop of water, you recognize the impermanence of all things. The water that nourishes will ultimately flow away, just as all our moments is cherished and fleeting. The rhythm of your breathing shifts, deepening in quiet acknowledgement. As you reach for a pot, its rounded edges warm from the lingering memories of hearty meals. The softness of the sponge creates a gentle friction, and in this tactile sensation, you find a moment to breathe deeply before exhaling. Fully embodying the experience, you pause again to observe the suds. They swirl and dance upon the surface, tiny islands floating gently, evoking a sense of ease within your heart. What else can I let go of today? You wonder, allowing the thought to drift through your mind. Much like the bubbles ultimately will, the warmth of the sun intensifies and begins to dip, painting the walls of your kitchen with golden shadows. The space transforms, as if aligned with your own internal landscape, drawing you deeper into this sanctuary of presence. You feel your feet upon the cool tiles, your bare toes grounding you, connecting you to the earth, a reminder that right here in this humble kitchen, life unfolds. With each inner and outer breath, you find a gentle reflection of how even the smallest acts can be laden with grace. As you wash away remnants of dinner, you are reminded that you too have the power to wash away the dust that settles on your heart, the worries, the doubts, the incessant chatter. As the last plate glistens and fills the drying wreck, you take a step back, allowing yourself to absorb the scene before you. Here lies not just clean dishes, but a testament to love, resilience, and the beauty of applying presence to the everyday. You notice that the kitchen is more than a space. It is an expression of what it means to partake in life fully, with gratitude for every challenge and celebration. Even as you begin to tidy the sink, you carry the warmth of this practice with you. The dishes are merely an invitation to engage with your lived experience, a gentle reminder that peace can be found amidst the ordinary. When you simply lean into the moment without hesitation or judgment, as you wipe your hands on a soft dish, towel, you find yourself smiling, a reflection of the inner stillness that now envelops you. The day will continue to unfold with its various tasks, each a call to presence. Yet this moment at the sink holds a certain magic, a space carved out for mindfulness, for love. And so, dear traveler, as you return from this gentle journey, may you carry with you the whisper of water and the echoes of your own breath. Remember that in the ordinary lies the extraordinary, and each moment cause you to reaffirm your connection to life. Let the peace you found while washing those plates flow through you, reminding you that mindfulness is but an arm's reach away, waiting to embrace you in the simplest of actions, wherever you may be. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath in, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then gently exhale, releasing any tension or distractions. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the way it comes and goes, like the tide caressing the shore. Allow your body to rest comfortably, where you are, whether it's a quiet room or the bustle of a kitchen. As you listen, invite your senses to awaken, to become attuned to the subtle symphony of life unfolding around you. In this space, let us explore an everyday experience, allowing ourselves to find beauty in simplicity and stillness in action. It is a late afternoon, The sunlight filters softly through the kitchen window, casting a golden hue over the room. The gentle hum of the world outside drifts in, children playing in the distance. The faint rustling of leaves swaying in a warm breeze. You stand at the sink, facing a small mound of dishes, each one glistening with the residue of meals shared, and laughter echoed as you place your hands under the cool stream of water. Feel its clarity, its delicious purity. It's the sound of water gushing fills the air, a soothing melody that whispers reminders of freshness and renewal. You notice how it cascades over the dishes, splashing gently, creating tiny droplets that refract the light like prisms, mirrored miniatures of the world. Outside, you pick up the first plated, simple white dinner plate, now speckled with remnants of pasta and sauce. As you begin to scrub its surface, take a moment to feel the texture of the sponge against the ceramic, the soft swish sound it makes, a rhythmic, comforting sound that invites you deeper into the moment. Notice how the warmth of your hands contrasts with the coolness of the plate, an interplay of sensations, inviting yet grounding. Let thoughts rise and pass like clouds drifting across a boundless sky. There may be chatter inside your mind, echoes of tasks ahead, worries about tomorrow, or even the sweet remembrance of laughter shared over this very plate. Acknowledge these thoughts without judgment, like leaves gliding down a stream. They come and they go, while you remain anchored to the here and now as you move to the next dish. A brightly colored bowl, feel its rounded edges cradled in your fingers as you immerse it in the cool water. The sudsy bubbles gather like tiny pearls, dancing delightfully on the surface. Sudsy fragrances rise citrus and clean, brightening the air around you. Inhale deeply, inviting this simple aroma to fill your senses. Each breath a loving embrace of the present moment. You scrub gently, taking a moment to marvel at the simple beauty of this bowl of vessel that holds not just meals, but memories. Remember the family gatherings, the smiles, the stories shared. A smile warms your heart as you wash away the remnants of yesterday, fully aware that in this act lies a beautifully mundane meditation. In this mindfulness, your body sways slightly, moving with the gentle rhythm of the task. The water flows softly around your hands. The heat from the warm dishes seep into your fingertips, coaxing a calmness that washes over you. With each plate, each glass, and each piece of silverware, there is a connection, a sense of purpose. In this act of care, of nurturing, of cleaning, with the first side of the sink now clear, you pause, allowing the stillness in the kitchen to envelop you. Outside, the distant laughter of children has softened, and the world seems to breathe with you. Feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your arms, wrapping you like a tender embrace. Cherish this moment of solitude, a sanctuary amidst the ebb and flow of daily life. You find yourself moving to the other side of the sink, where a pot sits nestled, stubbornly soiled from a hearty meal. As you soak it in warm water, you feel the weight of the pot, the stories it holds, the many meals cooked with love. With each scrub, you reflect on the journey of this pot, how it has borne witness to laughter and tears, to gatherings and quiet meals, 2 moments that shaped you and your loved ones. And as you work, the metaphor of cleaning arises. Like the pot, there are moments in your life that need attention, that need the gentleness of mindful presence. There may be matters that seem heavy, emotions that cling like the remnants of a meal. Yet here, in the suds and the flowing water, there is a reminder that every moment, everything can be renewed, can be cleansed. The gentle clatter of dishes being carefully placed into the drying rack fills the air. Each sound, a small whisper of satisfaction, a quiet affirmation of completion. Take note of the beauty in each step, the joy in the small victories of every washed dish. Each one bringing you further into the present, with the last cup rinsed and the last dish set aside. Step back for a moment and observe the sink, gleaming and clear, a reflection of your effort, of mindfulness intertwined with everyday tasks. The room is now brighter, the air infused with the fragrance of cleanliness. As you stand there, take one last deep breath, feeling gratitude for this little sanctuary, for this ritual of care, both for the dishes and for yourself. Each task you undertake holds the potential for presence, for observation. In these moments, there lies a profound understanding that life is made up of these simple gestures, these everyday duties that often go unnoticed. In washing dishes, we wash away distractions, finding ourselves in the here and now. Like the flowing water, we can find tranquility in the rhythm of our lives. We may leave the kitchen, but the calm remains an echo of stillness that accompanies us beyond this moment. Take this stillness with you, and remember, it is always within reach, just waiting to be uncovered in the simplest of tasks. In a world that often rushes past, where moments slip through our fingers like water, take a deep breath. Allow your body to settle into a quiet space. Perhaps the chair you sit on or the ground beneath your feet. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath, as steady and comforting as the rhythm of waves lapping against a shore. With each inhale, invite in the essence of the present moment. With each exhale, let go of the weight of thoughts that clamor for your attention. Here, in this tender space of awareness, you are invited to simply be. In a modest kitchen, sunbeams trickle through the window, painting flickering golden patterns upon the tiled floor. The porcelain sink, a humble receptacle, sits waiting, its basin filled with a warm, soapy embrace. Its ordinary moment pulses with possibility as you approach. Your feet whisper against the cool tiles, grounding themselves in the tangible world. You pause for a heartbeat, noticing the scent of citrus from the dish soap, a bright note in the air. With each step closer, the sound of water fills your ears, a gentle susurration that mingles with the faint hum of the world beyond the kitchen. A bird calls out simple, clarion. You let its song wrap around you like a warm blanket. You fill the sink with a cascade of water. Feeling its warmth, embrace your hands. Each droplet glimmers like a tiny star momentarily caught in your palm, radiant before disappearing into the liquid depths. As you pick up the first dish, a plate adorned with the remnants of yesterday's meal, you can feel its smooth surface cool against your fingertips. Aware of its weight, you think of the meal it brought to life, a moment shared, a time of nourishment and connection. The sponge glides across the plate, an exploration as it dances between the ridges and grooves, as if it, too, is savoring each dip and rise. With every gentle stroke, you can feel the residue of dinner dissipate into the warm water, swirls of foam rising and enveloping remnants of the past. Here in this ritual, every movement becomes an act of remembrance, an opportunity to let go. The warm water splashes gently against your skin, a delightful reminder that you are alive, human, holding something tangible. You bring the plate close to your face, inhaling the sweet, soapy scent as it rises like steam from a kettle. This is not merely a chore, it is an invitation to notice the present dot as the plate slips from your fingers, connects with the other clean dishes, a soft clink echoing in the stillness, a reminder of companionship even in the mundanity of chores. You let your mind wander to the friendships fostered around tables laden with meals, laughter, and joy, their essence lingering like the aroma of spices that once wafted through the air. You let the memory fade, returning your awareness to the tasks at hand, the next dish, the light glimmering off its surface, reflecting the world around you. As the sponge glides, you can feel your heartbeat adapt to the rhythm of the water's embrace. It pulsates softly, a reminder of the life coursing within you as you allow yourself to simply be, without judgment or hurry. The sink, full of bubbles and the soft murmur of water, seems to cradle your hands in the dishes alike. Each item holds its own story, its own journey. A mug, chipped at the rim, reminds you of warm mornings with coffee and quiet reflection. A fork, one among many, recalls gatherings of family, the laughter shared, the words exchanged, each flick of the fork against a plate, a sentence of belonging, of sustenance. As you wash, you notice how thoughts drift in and out, some tethered to the past, others reaching into the future. Acknowledge them gently, like clouds swirling across a clear sky, allowing them to be without grasping or resisting. With each breath, you create space of release, a gentle letting go. Like fallen leaves dancing on the wind, you can hear the soft trickle of water draining from the sink, the sound mingling with the quietude of your thoughts in imperfect harmony, beautiful in its fleeting nature. Each sound becomes a meditation, each pause filled with grace. Your hands, wet and soapy, find their way to the next dish, delicate glass that catches the sun, refracting light into a rainbow of colors. Holding it for a moment, you marvel at its fragility, at how it holds air and light, allowing them to dance and play within its confines. As you wash it, the bubble-laden water cascades around the rim, creating a soft halo. Here lies an embodiment of life in its simplest form, a container for joy, sorrow, and everything in between. You feel gratitude for this glass, for its purpose, for the moments spent drinking water, tea, or wine from it. Each sip a reminder of the nourishment that life continuously offers. The room feels suspended in time. The outside world fades, its noise muffled like whispers in a dream. Within this sacred space, you breathe deeply, inhaling the scent of the soapy water, exhaling the remnants of distraction. Your hands move instinctively, a gentle choreography, the rhythm of the everyday becoming a dance of presence. With the last dish washed, you pause. The sink sways gently with the remnants of bubbles, reflecting a myriad of colors as light plays across the surface. You take a moment to appreciate the beauty of this mundane act, the transformation that occurs when one steps fully into the present. You notice how the air cools slightly, a whisper of breeze from the open window ruffling the curtains, beckoning you to pause and reflect. You can feel the rhythm of your breath, once more a cycle of in and out, a constant reminder of your existence. As you dry your hands on the soft towel, you absorb this moment of stillness, where time does not press, and the day simply is. The kitchen, with its gentle curves and familiar angles, becomes a sanctuary. Here, amid the sounds of the world outside, you remember what it means to be, to serve, to share. You step back and look at the clean dishes gleaming softly in the light, a tableau of the simple, the ordinary. There is nothing to chase. After here, nothing to perform. It's just a warm, nurturing embrace of presence in the gentle unfolding of this everyday moment. You find an oasis of stillness in the act of washing dishes. Life reveals its profound beauty. Each task, each breath, each heartbeat becomes an invitation to embrace the now, to cherish the ordinary, and to acknowledge the exquisite tapestry woven by our daily lives. As you carry this awareness with you, may it linger like the soft light of day, illuminating the path, grounding you in peace, even amidst life's flow. In this moment, as you settle into the space where you are, invite your breath to unfold gently, like the first light of dawn breaking across the horizon. Feel the softness of your body against the surface beneath you, the air that caresses your skin. Allow your mind to wander less and to land upon the rhythm of your breath. Inhale deeply, drawing in the essence of this present moment, and exhale, releasing the weight of past and future. Let the world around you blur softly as it invites you to slow down, to be here now fully, intentionally, without needing to rush or fix anything. This is your time to simply be. Imagine now the early afternoon sun filtering through a kitchen window, casting warm rectangles of light on the cool tile floor. In this kitchen, the gentle sound of water running fills the air, delicate and soothing symphony. You stand at the sink, a simple yet profound oasis in the flow of life, cradling a dish in your hands. It is an ordinary bowl, perhaps a remnant of breakfast or an echo of a shared meal. As you set it under the stream, the water dances, glistening. As it cascades over the ceramic surface, you feel the coolness of the bowl against your palm, the slight weight of it grounding you in this moment. Notice how the water flows, moving effortlessly over the rounded edges, carrying away remnants of yesterday's sustenance. With each gentle scrub of your sponge, you can sense a rhythm emerging, a delicate choreography between you and the water. As you glide the sponge against the smooth surface, it makes a soft, soothing sound, muffled by the surrounding hush of the kitchen. This could almost be a whisper, a secret shared between you and the dish, one that tells stories of nourishment and care. Let the scent of the dish soap drift into your awareness, a soft, lingering sweetness that fills your nostrils. You inhale deeply again, letting the scent weave into your breath, connecting you to this simple task. As the bubbles form and rise, they shimmer in the sunlight, tiny orbs of possibility that float and drift before your eyes. In this moment, there is no past or future. There is only the here and now, suspended within the transcendent rise and fall of bubbles. You move through the process with intention, the gentle rippling of the water beneath your fingertips creating a sense of serenity. With every rotation of your wrist, each stroke of the sponge, you consciously release any tension coiled in your shoulders. Thoughts may flicker in and out, the day's tasks congregating at the outskirts of your awareness, but like clouds passing through a vast sky, you let them be. You acknowledge them without judgment, allowing them to float away. Returning your focus to the sensations of the water, the sponge, the plate in your hand. As you rinse the bowl, feel the cool current. Embrace the warm bowl, a harmonious blend of temperatures, a reminder of the balance inherent in life. The sink becomes a small universe, the water's journey transforming the ordinary into an experience rich with texture and possibility. Each gleam of light refracting through the water brings to mind a sense of gratitude for the meal shared, for the nourishment received, for the moment of simply being alive. Next, you reach for a glass, its surface transparent yet heavy with the traces of a past drink. As the water rushes, pooling within the glass, you notice the way it settles. A mirror for your own mind, the ripples quieting into stillness. There's something profoundly beautiful in the way life flows, changing form yet remaining essential. You smile gently to yourself, the thought arising. Each moment offers a chance to begin anew, to cleanse, to learn. With each item you wash, you foster a sense of connection between the dish, the water, the sponge, and you. Your mind begins to encompass the kitchen itself, filled with warmth, love, and the lingering scent of meals prepared. Perhaps laughter once echoed here, or comforting conversations woven between the clinks of utensils, a symphony composed of life's most cherished moments. You take a moment to pause, letting the water run as you glance out the window. The world outside breathes the same rhythm, trees swaying gently in the breeze, a soft rustle of leaves whispering secrets back and forth. Birds flit between branches, their songs mingling in the air, finding a way into your heart. Each note is a reminder that life is unfolding in concert with your own, a shared experience echoing across time and space. Instinctively, you turn back to your task, the sensation of warm, soapy water inviting your hands to dive deeper into this meditation of presence. You lift another dish from the stack, allowing yourself to feel the warmth remaining from the embrace of the meal just passed. Feel how your fingers glide across the surface, a reminder of the connection between the vessel and the food it held. The laughter shared above the tablecloth, and the love poured like sauce in a bowl as you scrub. You notice a quiet fortitude building within you. This daily ritual, once mundane, now holds a sacredness that stretches beyond the dishes themselves. There is power in this simplicity, a calming cadence that invites resilience and peace. Each stroke becomes less about cleaning and more about bringing yourself home. Grounding in the here and now, you begin to realize that this very act of washing dishes duplicates life itself, a blend of soft moments and tougher scrubs, of warmth and coolness, of the familiar and the fleeting. The understanding slowly envelops you. Sometimes we must immerse ourselves in life to wash away the dirt and grime, allowing clarity to emerge from the depths. As you rinse the last dish, droplets spring from the surface, shimmering before they cascade down in a dance toward the sink below, a beautiful reminder of impermanence in its most elegant form, with each plate stacked neatly in their resting place. You stand back and take a moment to reflect on the work you've done. The sink is now a pool of still water, mirroring your inner landscape. You realize that within the ordinary task, there exists a profound opportunity to embrace each fleeting moment, to find joy in a task as simple as washing dishes. As you step back from the sink, take one last deep breath, feeling the transformation that has occurred, both in the dishes and within yourself. Know that every time you engage in such simple acts, you can invoke this space of mindfulness, always accessible, waiting for you to return. As you move away from the kitchen with its soft, light, and lingering scents, carry with you this gentle reminder: in the whirl of life's busyness, there is beauty in stillness. Be present, breathe, and simply be. In this moment, allow yourself to settle into the chair that cradles your body. Feel the gentle contact of fabric against skin, the familiar weight of your body pressing down, anchoring you to this very instant. Close your eyes, if you wish, and take a deep breath in through your nose, filling your lungs completely. Then slowly let it out, releasing any tension you may be holding. Notice the rhythm of your breath, the gentle rise and fall, like the waves caressing the shore. Each cycle a reminder of your presence here and now. The soft sound surrounding you, perhaps the whisper of wind, distant birds singing their early morning hymns, all invite you to pause, to be still and aware. As dawn breaks, the world slowly awakens, wrapped in the gentle embrace of morning light. You find yourself standing in the kitchen, the quiet sanctuary of your home, where time seems to slow down and the day is yet a blank canvas. The kitchen is filled with the soft, golden glow of sunlight filtering through the window, spilling over the countertops and casting delicate shadows that dance playfully across the walls. You walk toward the kettle, its sleek surface glimmering softly, a reflection of the day's promise. With each step, notice how your feet connect with the cool tile beneath, grounding you in this moment. The gentle hum of the refrigerator serves as a reminder of life's continuous rhythm, an unhurried pulse reminding you that there is no rush. Only now. You fill the kettle with water, watching as it flows, a silver cascade that glistens under the soft morning light. Honor the sound, the gentle splashing, a soothing melody that invites you deeper into presence. Okay, as you set the kettle on the stove and turn on the heat, allow your attention to flow with the steam that begins to rise, a delicate dance of water, vapor spiraling upward, vanishing into the air, much like thoughts that drift in and out of your mind. In the wait, you turn to the cupboard, sliding open the door with a gentle touch. You can hear the soft creak of the hinges, an almost whispered sound welcoming you in. As your fingers graze the familiar boxes of chamomile, green, and jasmine, you pause. Each box is a vessel of flavor, but even more so, each holds a quiet memory of warmth, comfort, and transition. It's like moments in your life. They are containers of experience. Choosing chamomile, you allow the aroma to unfold as you open the box, a fragrant warmth enveloping you, reminiscent of soft summer evenings kissed by gentle breezes. You savor this scent, close your eyes, and breathe it in deeply. Each inhalation is a reminder of simplicity, of how small things can evoke profound feelings. The warmth of the tea turns into your sanctuary, a slow embrace marking your connection to the day ahead. The kettle begins to whistle, a gentle yet insistent call to attention. You poured the hot water over the chamomile, watching the flow as it mingles, the golden liquid swirling, releasing its essence, much like thoughts merging into clarity. You notice the steam rising, spiraling into the air, a tangible reminder of the transition from one state to another. Allow yourself to breathe it in, the combination of warmth and aroma curling around your senses. A beacon of comfort. Finding a seat at the table, you place your cup before you, cradling it between your hands. The heat radiates gently, warming your palms, filling you with a sense of safety. In this moment, you realize the cup is more than just a vessel. It's a reminder to be present, to hold space for yourself amid the busy world swirling beyond the kitchen window. Birds chirp cheerfully outside, their songs weaving through the air like delicate threads. Each note a celebration of life unfolding as you sip the tea. Let the warmth spread through you, a golden river coursing from the tips of your fingers to the depths of your being. Each sip is a meditational moment, a taste, a connection to here and now. Feel the liquid sliding over your tongue, its richness enveloping you in a cocoon of peace. Focus on the sensation, the warmth, the flavors dancing along your palate. Allow the tea to envelop you, washing away remnants of yesterday's worries, all the to-do lists and obligations waiting impatiently outside these four walls. Thoughts may float in and out, as they do, but like clouds passing across a blue sky, you watch them come and go without attachment. With every thought, remind yourself it is okay to simply acknowledge their presence, then release them like a leaf drifting on a gentle stream. They float away, leaving you only with the essence of this moment, the warmth of your cup, the sounds of the morning, the peace within your heart. Time feels fluid here, no longer constrained by the ticking of a clock. The aroma of chamomile lingers, wrapping around you like a cherished memory, each inhalation deepening your sense of relaxation. A smile touches your lips, effortless appreciation for the simplicity of this moment. The morning light, the warmth of the cup cradled gently in your hands, this quiet space where everything else fades away. You take another sip, letting the warmth seep deeper. And as you lean back in your chair, the light shifts, painting the world just outside your window with hues of gold and soft blue. The stillness dances around you, an invitation to lose yourself in this quietude. In the silence, you may find clarity emerging. The weight of the day ahead seems lighter, more attainable. You are reminded that life's beauty often lies in the mundane, in the simple rituals that ground us and bring us back to ourselves. In that extraordinary, ordinary moment, a wave of gratitude washes over you. You feel thankful for the simplicity of a morning brew, for the chance to pause and simply be. The world outside is awakening, but here, inside your kitchen, beneath the gentle light, you have carved out a little sanctuary for yourself. You finish your tea, feeling the last warmth lingering in the bottom of the cup. You place it down, you feel a sense of completion, of drawing the day into focus. Each action resonates with meaning. Clearing the cup, rinsing it under cool water, watching the droplets glisten before they vanish. Just like the moments of your life slipping seamlessly into another. And as you stand at the sink, perhaps now even more aware of the water flowing, the sound of it slipping down the drain becomes a soft reminder of the present moment, the here, the now, the beauty nestled in the everyday. You have shared in the sacred act of connection to yourself, to your surroundings, to the simplicity of life that unfolds around you. Carry this stillness with you as you step into the day beyond your window, knowing that, like the tea you brewed, you too can find warmth in each moment, steeping in the richness of simply being. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath. Allow the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale slowly, let the weight of the day drift away. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, the soft rise and fall of your chest. Notice the sensations that greet you in this space, perhaps the texture of your clothing, the temperature of the air, or the quiet hum of the world around you. Here, in this sacred pause, you are invited to be fully present. Let your mind soften like a summer cloud, and as you do, open yourself to the unfolding journey that lies ahead. Imagine yourself in a cozy kitchen, sunlight spilling through the window like warm honey, filling the space with a soft, golden glow. The air carries the faint scent of lavender from a small vase on the windowsill. Mingling with the perfume of freshly brewed coffee, you stand before the sink, surrounded by a quiet clutter of dishes from the night before: plates, cups, a silver spoon, and a pot. All reminders of moments shared and meals enjoyed. As you turn on the faucet, the water cascades forth, a gentle stream that taps a soothing lullaby against ceramic and glass. You dip your hands into the warmth, feeling the comforting heat wrap around your fingers, a simple pleasure. The coolness of a soon-to-be-clean plate brushes against your palm, contrasting against the enveloping warmth. With the sponge in hand, your fingers wring out the excess water, each movement deliberate and reverent. As you begin to scrub, the soft sound of the sponge gliding across the surface fills the air. It is a tender sound, rhythmic, like a heartbeat, a reminder of life's beautiful continuity. Each stroke becomes a meditation, each soft bubble that bursts, releasing a tiny note of joy, skating into the stillness, while the world beyond the window continues its dance, birds chirping, leaves rustling, distant laughter inside your kitchen. Time feels suspended. Your thoughts may drift, a curious tornado of memories and to-do lists bubbling to the surface, acknowledging their presence like clouds passing in the sky. You let them drift on by, returning your attention to the plate in your hands. As you scrub, the plate transforms beneath your touch. It becomes not just an object, but an embodiment of care, a vessel of nourishment. You pause for a moment to breathe, the warmth from the water wrapping around your hands like a soft embrace. There is something peaceful in the act of cleaning, a reminder that with each dish, you are also cleaning your mind, clearing space for presence. The soft clang of a spoon hitting the sink snaps your attention back to the moment. You notice the small gaps in the rhythm of your breath, the natural pauses, the stillness between your exhalations. In these fleeting moments, you find a sense of connection to the world. The sound of the dripping water becomes a symphony of presence, a song without words that speaks only of now. As you lift the plate to rinse it, the cool water tumbles down your skin, and for an instant, you're washed anew, the mundane transformed into the sacred. You allow yourself to feel the sensation, the surprise of contrasting temperatures, and the way each droplet slides slowly, gently, away from your fingertips. In this moment, there is nothing but you, the water, and the plate, as everything else fades to a quiet whisper. You begin to stack the dishes on the drying rack, each one finding its place. In this act of arranging, there is a rhythm quickening and slowing, a dance of intention. You smile softly, recognizing that it is not merely the dishes you are placing. It is a small reminder of the beauty of order, the beauty of taking care of what you love. Each dish tells a story, encapsulating moments of laughter, comfort, and connection. As you look around the kitchen, the sunlight has shifted, casting long, gentle shadows that flicker like memory. You see a small spot of dust floating in the beam of light, a tiny traveler in the vastness of the room, drifting effortlessly as if it knows no haste. You feel a connection to that dust? Like it, you too are part of this infinite world, drifting through moments, absorbing experiences, surrendering to the tides of life. With each passing moment, an overwhelming sense of gratitude swells within you, a soft heartbeat of acknowledgement for the simple acts of life. You feel the weight of your shoulders release, the edges of your mind soften, and you breathe in deeper, forging a bond with the present moment, the only moment that truly exists. In this kitchen, you may realize a greater lesson. There is beauty in everyday encounters, an invitation to embrace the ordinary as extraordinary. The steady rhythm of washing dishes is a reminder that nurturing ourselves and our surroundings can lead us to a softer understanding, a quieter presence. You can let go of expectations, releasing the need for perfection, choosing instead to embrace the beauty of imperfection. As you finish, your gaze lingers over the now sparkling dishes, reflecting the sunlight like tiny mirrors, each one a testament to presence and awareness. You notice how the steam rises from the water, slowly dissipating into the air, as if embodying a fleeting thought, gently reminding you that everything is in a constant state of flow. You step back from the sink, feeling the energy of the room shift. The clatter of your morning rhythm gives way to a profound serenity. In this kitchen, you have not merely washed dishes. You have cultivated a moment of mindfulness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and stillness becomes a way of being taught. As you take one last lingering breath, allowing the tranquility to settle within you, gently remind yourself that even here, in the simplicity of washing dishes, there lies a deep well of insight. You are exactly where you need to be, in the fullness of this moment, with a heart open to the beauty of the everyday. Carry this stillness with you, a light that you can return to at any time, anchoring you in the calming waters of presence. As you settle into a quiet space, take a deep breath, allowing your body to soften and invite the world around you to arrive at this moment. Feel the rhythm of your breath slow, steady, like gentle waves lapping against the shore. With each inhalation, gather in the essence of life itself. With each exhalation, let go of the tension that clings to you, releasing it into the expanse of stillness. In this fleeting moment, you are here, perfectly present, with the sounds of the world wrapping around you like a soft cocoon. Hear the whispers of nature, the rustle of leaves, and the gentle patter of raindrops as they begin to weave their stories. Imagine, if you will, a quaint kitchen with soft, faded sunlight filtering through the window, dappling the surfaces with warmth. The clock on the wall ticks softly, a steady companion in the backdrop of the day's unfolding. It is quiet now, save for the distant sound of raindrops, a symphony of nature that calls to you, inviting you deeper into this moment. You stand at the sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water, the gentle bubbling surrounding your fingers like a nurturing embrace. As you pick up a plate, a simple, unremarkable plate, yet it carries the echoes of shared meals, laughter, stories. Allow your attention to rest on its surface. Feel the smoothness of the ceramic against your fingertips, the weight of it, a reminder of all that sustains you, lifting the plate towards the warm stream of water. Each droplet becomes a note in a tranquil song. Watch as the water cascades down, as if performing a delicate dance, swirling around the dish and carrying away the remnants of meals past. With each pass of your sponge, you can almost feel the memories dissolving, the remnants of yesterday's fare disappearing with a soft sigh. The scent of soap, fresh and invigorating, fills the air, mingling with the timid scent of rain that clings to the window panes. As you wash, allow your thoughts to drift like clouds. Perhaps they flitter about your mind, a forgotten task, a worry, lingering at the edges of your consciousness. Acknowledge them as they arise, like raindrops tapping on your skin. Then gently let them dissolve back into the space from which they came. Just here, in this moment, washing dishes becomes your whole world. There is nothing else you need to do. No future to anticipate, no past to recall. Just the radiant act of now. The clock ticks on, yet time feels suspended. You want to pause? There, in this sacred ritual, each dish, a vessel of connection, each sparkle in the water, a reminder of clarity. You pick up a fork, and as you scrub its tines, you remember the shared meals, the laughter, and the conversations that floated around, intertwining lives and stories. It is nothing more than an ordinary fork, yet in this moment, it holds the weight of love, of sustenance that binds us all with each rinse. Bubbles cling to the silverware like tiny galaxies, sparkling in the light. You gently shake free each utensil, letting go of the soapy residue as it spirals away. It's flowing down the drain, an act of release, a lesson in non-attachment. Feel the cool, smooth metal against your palm as you slide them into the drying rack, each one finding its place. Just as we find ours in the ebb and flow of life. Outside, the rain begins to fall more steadily, its melody shifting into a cascading chorus. Listen to its rhythm, soft, soothing, a lullaby for nature. As you step back to take it all in, allow yourself to observe the textures of the world beyond the window, the glistening leaves, the saturated earth, colors deepening with each drop that falls. The rain sweeps the streets clean, a gentle reminder of nature's power to renew. In this moment, reflect upon how the act of washing dishes mirrors the act of letting go of what no longer serves you. It is cleansing, necessary, and wholly beautiful in the midst of this gentle orchestration. Slip into the stillness that surrounds you, the whisper of the wind against the glass, the rhythmic pulse of the rain. Let it rhythmically drum against your heart. There is ease in this surrender, a grace that fills the space within you as you turn to the next dish, perhaps a mug, cute at the rim, but treasured nonetheless. Think of the many hands that have held it, the mornings it has witnessed, steaming with comfort. You pour water over it, the rivulets cascading down, each stream a reminder of all that flows through your life. In this act of caring for the small details, see how love infuses the simplest things. Allow your heart to swell with gratitude as you reflect on the connections these ordinary objects bring. Your breath flows in harmony with the world outside, merging with the rain, intertwining with the sighs of the earth, awakening to its own rhythm. In the simplicity of this task, feel the warmth of your presence infusing the air, each bubble, each drop. A heartbeat in this symphonic dance of existence. And as the last dish is placed on the rack, pause to celebrate this moment to moment, filled with simple joys, mindful movements, and quiet insights. With a final glance out the window, the rain subsiding into a soft patter, you feel a deep sense of peace settle within you in the ordinary act of washing dishes. You discovered the extraordinary beauty of presence, the gift of immersing yourself in the moment where the world stands still and life's rhythms unfold gently around you. As you step away from the sink, remember that each moment carries the potential for mindfulness, its calmness, and renewal. Much like the rain, hold on to that stillness within you, for it is always there, waiting patiently for your return. In this moment, take a deep breath and allow the air to fill your lungs, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Close your eyes if you wish, and let your thoughts float by like leaves on a serene pond. To be here, now, in the soft stillness, where every breath connects you to the world around you. Notice the subtle sounds, the hum of the refrigerator, the distant chirping of birds, the gentle rustle of your own clothing. Each note a part of this unfolding moment. Embrace the warmth of your body and the calmness in your mind as we prepare to embark on a simple journey, a journey where the mundane becomes magical and the ordinary blossoms into the extraordinary through the lens of presence and awareness. Imagine standing in the kitchen, sunlight streaming through the window like liquid gold, casting warm patches on the cool ceramic tiles below. The warm, inviting atmosphere draws you in, cradling you with each breath. There, in the silence, a basin filled with soapy water waits. It shimmers, tiny bubbles rising to the surface, sparkling like stars. This is your moment, not a hurried one, nor a desperate one, a gentle, lingering moment, braided with warmth and intention. As you approach the sink, the soft patter of your feet on the tiles anchors you to the present. The aroma of citrus soap fills the air, a sweet, fresh invitation to engage with what lies ahead. You roll up your sleeves and dip your hands into the warm water. A small gasp escapes your lips as you feel the luscious warmth encircle your wrists, bringing with it a sense of comfort and connection. You reach for the first plate. Its smooth surface, cool against your fingertips. It feels solid and grounded, a familiar presence in your hands. As you lift it from the water, you notice the miniature ripples gliding across its surface, a reminder that everything is in motion, even in stillness. Here lies the power of mindfulness, finding beauty in the simple act of washing a plate, where every sensation becomes an invitation to awaken. The first splash of water arcs to your arms, a dash of coolness amidst the warmth, reminding you of contrasts and balance. With each movement, scrubbing, rinsing, placing, you find a rhythm, a gentle dance between you and the objects that surround you. The click of ceramic against ceramic punctuates the air, harmonizing with the staccato flow of the water. You turn the plate to catch the light, and you see the remnants of a meal still clinging to its edges, traces of garlic, dashes of herbs. You pause for just a moment, observing without judgment. These remnants are stories, sometimes messy, sometimes beautiful. They tell of laughter, connection, togetherness. And in this act of cleaning, you acknowledge the past and also the present, where each gesture becomes a homage to what has been. Next, your hand moves to the small, chipped mug. It's familiar, its imperfections carrying the weight of mornings, filled with warmth and solace. As you wash it, you feel the roughness of the chip against your fingertips, reminder of fragility and resilience. You smile softly, realizing that even in those flaws, there is a unique beauty. Every mark tells a story, every crack an adventure. This mug has weathered storms, held conversations, and often provided solace in its warmth. You allow your thoughts to drift as you complete the task at hand, letting them flow freely like the warm water cascading from the tap. It's okay to let them come and go without clinging or resisting. Some thoughts might be busy, racing through your mind like a flock of startled birds, while others may gently flutter, landing softly like feathers. And so, you let them be, a gallery of thoughts. The rhythm of washing continues, a gentle ebb in flow, a meditation within the ordinary. You lift the sponge, its soft surface yielding easily to the pressure of your hand, releasing bubbles that swirl and dance with delight within the basin. There's something profound about watching those bubbles. They are like thoughts, rising to the surface, only to eventually dissipate into the air. With each rinse, you become aware of the water's journey, the way it flows seamlessly, carrying away the remnants of the day's stories, creating space for new adventures. You hear it tumble in the sink, a calming sound, like a stream cascading over smooth rocks, a lullaby that echoes softly within your heart. And in this still moment, amidst the cleansing and the rising steam, you come to understand that the act of washing dishes is not just about cleanliness, but a sacred conversation with yourself and the present moment. It offers a chance to pause, to reflect, and to realign. Each dish, once again, becomes a vessel not merely for food, but for intention and gratitude. As the sink begins to clear, you take a moment to witness the transformation before you. Subtle delight in, though the dishes are simply dishes. They now embody the essence of mindfulness, imbued with your presence. As you finish the last plate, a sense of completion wraps around you like a soft shawl. You run your hands under the water one last time, feeling the hot stream slide down your fingers, letting go of the last bits of soap and residue, relinquishing all that has been. Watch as the water swirls down the drain. Know that everything, too, is transient, and in this fleeting sense of completion, you stand still for a moment, savoring the quiet satisfaction of your being, the rhythm of your heartbeat, the pulse of your breath. Around you, the kitchen holding the echoes of the water's whispers, the delicate dance of existence. In the end, there is no rush, no final destination to reach, only this moment, rich in presence and possibility. The mind, like water, flows best when it's allowed to run clear and free. In noticing the details, acknowledging the nuances of our everyday lives, we can discover a profound stillness that invites peace and gratitude to take root. You take a deep breath, and in this moment, you feel enough, exactly as you are. You are complete, held within the embrace of the now. Imagine, for a moment, a quiet space where the rhythm of your breath is your only companion. Let your shoulders soften, your jaw unclench, cooling. Feeling the cool air expand your lungs. Hold it gently for a moment, and then let it go, allowing your body to settle into stillness. This moment, right here, is an invitation to arrive fully. As you listen, notice the sensations surrounding you, the gentle hum of life, the faintest echo of thoughts fluttering, and the underlying stillness that holds it all. Let the waves of sound, sensation, and silence wash over you as we journey into an ordinary place enfolded by mindfulness in a small, sunlit kitchen. The morning light filtered through a window dressed in sheer white curtains, casting soft patterns on the tiled floor. The warm glow of the sun played with the dust motes, bringing them to life. It was here, in this inviting nook, that a woman named Clara found herself preparing breakfast. She stood at the counter, her hair gathered in a loose bun, a trace of flour dusting her cheek, feeling the familiar pulse of her day ahead. Today was like many others, a simple yet rich tapestry of moments woven into the fabric of her routine. As she reached for fresh eggs, she noticed the delicate weight of each shell in her palm, their cool exterior contrasting the warmth of her skin. With a gentle crack against the side of the bowl, the egg released its treasure, the yolk, bright and glassy, shimmering under the warmth of the light. She watched, entranced, as the colors swirled and meshed together. A moment too brief to linger, yet perfect in its impermanence. As the eggs sizzled in the pan, a soft sound emerged. Low hiss and crackle that filled the air with promise. Clara breathed in a rich aroma as steam billowed upwards, enveloping her senses. It was in this very moment that she realized the beauty of cooking was not merely in the outcome, but in the unfolding of every step. The cracked eggs, the sizzling sound, the vibrant colors of fresh herbs waiting on her cutting board, each element a note in the symphony of her morning. Pausing, she glanced out the window. The lush green of her garden was sprinkled with dew, glistening under the sun like a tapestry of diamonds. She noted the rhythmic chirping of birds, harmonizing their morning song, a gentle reminder of the life surrounding her. Clara closed her eyes for a breath, letting the sounds around her merged into a soothing backdrop. In those fleeting minutes, thoughts danced through her mind, tasks yet to do, conversations anticipated, and a myriad of little worries that tried to nestle into her heart. But grounding herself in the present, she allowed those thoughts to float away like clouds across an open sky. She recognized them not as burdens, but as transient visitors, reminding her that she was alive, engaged in the beautiful intricacies of life. Soon, Clara moved to the sink, the dishes from the previous night waiting patiently for her touch. A cascade of water rushed out as she turned on the faucet, each droplet a crystalline world, reflecting her face back at her. The water was pleasantly warm as it blended with soap, the gentle scent of lemon and rosemary filling the air with an invigorating freshness. She placed a plate in her hand, its surface cool and slick. The patterns, intricate yet simple, reminder of the hands that had crafted it. With each scrub of the sponge, she felt the rhythm of her breath deepen. The sound of water swishing and the soft squeak of the sponge moved with her mind, connecting her with the present moment. It was a dance of sorts, an intimate communion with her surroundings. In this ordinary act, she discovered a reservoir of serenity, space where thoughts could come and go, and all that existed was the sensation of water, the texture of ceramic, and the embrace of the here and now. Occasionally, a thought would drift into her mind, perhaps about the day's agenda, and rather than grasping it tightly, she visualized it popping like a small balloon, letting it drift away. The sink was a metaphorical outlet for her worries. With each plate that came clean, she could almost sense a weight lifting, a release that was subtle yet profound. The dishes, simple objects in the fabric of her life, transformed into a ritual of renewal, reminders that everything can be cleaned, cleared, and restored in the background. The clock ticked softly, marking the passage of time, but Clara felt as if she were suspended, lost in the grace of this moment. She noticed the sunlight shifting through the window, growing slightly warmer, casting an amber hue throughout the room. It invited perspective, a reminder that this too would change, that she herself was a participant in an ongoing story, a journey defined not just by the destination, but also by the mindful presence along the way. As she gently set aside the last clean dish, she leaned against the counter, allowing herself to feel the weariness in her bones, the gentle ache from her morning tasks. Yet there was a lightness in her heart, a quiet joy that blossomed without her trying. The kitchen, once an ordinary space filled with chores and hustle, transformed into a sanctuary shimmering with potential, a place where thoughts and feelings converged into awareness. She stepped outside into her garden, the cool breeze wrapping around her like a gentle embrace. The world seemed more vivid as she walked among the plants, each leaf glistening with morning dew, every flower proclaiming its existence with bold colors. She could hear the rustle of leaves, the whisper of the wind, a living tapestry woven by nature's hands. With each step, Clara felt the earth beneath her feet, solid and real, a promise of stability amid life's swirling uncertainty. She paused by a patch of blooming lavender, bringing her fingers close to the silken petals, drawn into their fragrance, a deeply calming blend that echoed the quiet promise of a new beginning. The bees hummed, industrious and purposeful, a reminder of simple existence, teaching her that every moment was worthy of honor and presence in this patch of stillness. Clara closed her eyes once more, and with each breath, she visualized herself sinking into the essence of now relinquishing the burdens, the shoulds, and coulds. Each exhale became a release, an act of letting go, marking the end of one anxious thought in the embrace of the next moment. She became the quiet observer of her life, reveling in the thoughts and feelings that surged through her as surely as the seasons shifted in their cycles. The sunlight began to wane, softening as the sky turned an evening blue. The day gradually yielding to twilight. Clara returned to her kitchen, feeling a deep sense of fulfillment, her heart lighter for having bathed in the beauty of the ordinary. It was then she noticed a stillness within her place of peace that was always present, a sanctuary she could return to at any moment. As Clara put aside the day's dishes, a quiet understanding settled within her, subtle truth echoing through the layers of her experience. The beauty of life is not found in monumental achievements, but in the grace of the mundane, in the connection formed through presence. With a heart bursting with gratitude, she embraced the lessons hidden among dishes and blossoms, allowing the silence of the ordinary to echo into her evening, reminding her that in each moment lies the potential for awakening, healing, and profound stillness. In this moment, as you find a comfortable place to rest your awareness, allow the world around you to fade softly, like the last notes of a gentle song. Notice the rhythms of your breath. Each inhalation is a wave rising in the ocean. Each exhalation, a wave receding back, leaving the shore of your mind tranquil and open. Close your eyes if you like, or let them rest softly on the horizon before you. Feel your body relax, anchored in the present, where time flows gently like a stream, inviting you to be here. Now, it begins with the soft light filtering through the kitchen window, dappling the countertop with a warm embrace. The golden sun casts shadows that dance lightly, their movements a silent invitation to turn towards the warmth of the moment. You stand at the sink, the familiar porcelain basin filled with a day's worth of dishes, remnants of meals shared and laughter echoed. Each dish tells a story, a memory waiting to be unearthed as you begin the ritual of washing. As you fill the sink with water, the gentle rush of the faucet creates a soothing symphony, each droplet merging into the flow of a single, harmonious stream. Notice the sound, a kind of music only for this moment. Breathe in the cool, refreshing scent of the soap and let it fill your lungs. Its sweetness swirls around you, awakening the senses. One by one, you lift a plate, its surface still slightly warm from the heat of the meal it held. As you dunk it beneath the surface, the water envelops it like a soft blanket. Feel the weight of the plate in your hand, its coolness contrasting with the warmth of your skin. The sensation is grounding your connection to the simple act before you. The sponge rests in your palm, soft and forgiving. You press it against the plate's surface, and as you glide it over the ceramic, the scrubbing sounds become a gentle rhythm. The texture shifts under the sponge, remnants of food giving way to the clean, smooth surface beneath. There is something meditative in this motion, each stroke a gesture of care, an offering of presence. Notice how the suds cling to the plate like clouds in a summer sky. They are transient forms, alive in their own right, testament to the moment's essence before they dissolve into the water below. Pay attention to the bubbles' soft pops, like little whispers of laughter, encouraging you to let go of the need for perfection. Instead, embrace the beauty of each imperfect dish. Just as life itself is beautifully imperfect as you rinse the plate under the clear stream. Feel the cascade of water washing over your hands, its coolness a sharp contrast to the warm air around you. Watch as the bubbles dance off the surface, shimmering before they fall away, leaving behind clarity. This is a moment of transformation, not just for the plate, but for you as well. A quiet reminder that every act of cleansing brings renewal. Place the plate on the drying rack, each sound echoing softly in the kitchen. The gentle clink of china against china is a reminder that you are not alone in this moment. The plates reflect your own story, your journey, filled with the echoes of laughter, the warmth of togetherness. As you reach for the next dish, a cup cradled in your fingers, take a moment to appreciate its shape, the curve that fits so naturally against your palm. The cup absorbs the water, pulling it in, and as you wipe it down, notice how the fabric of the dishcloth moves across the ceramic, soft and swift. It's a dance of textures, the cloth absorbing the remnants of yesterday. As you dry it with the gentle insistence of a spring breeze rolling over a green meadow, your mind may wander, thoughts drifting like leaves on a stream. Acknowledge them, without judgment, like the shapes of clouds in the sky. See them come and go, knowing that this space at the sink is a sanctuary, a commitment to being present. Allow each thought to float away as you focus on the task at hand. Drawing your attention back to the simple elegance of washing, the sound of the water continues to flow, and you realize it mirrors the flow of your own thoughts, sometimes turbulent, sometimes calm. Embrace this symphony as an expression of life itself, an ebb and flow that resolves into harmony. It reminds you that just as the dishes become clean, so to do the hurdles of each day offer opportunities for clarity. As you move through the process, a new dish catches your attention, a bowl that cradled a warm suit. As you scrub its edges, the memories of that meal rise, warming your heart. Perhaps it was a gathering of friends, laughter spilling into the air as you savored each bite together. Perhaps it was a quiet evening, a comforting solitude with warmth enveloping you as you enjoyed being in your own company. This bowl, like the others, holds memories, and in this moment, it is a vessel of gratitude. Embrace the feelings that bubble to the surface, the warmth of connection, both to others and to yourself. Feel the way the act of dishwashing transforms into a deeper exploration of your heart, your experiences. This rhythmic motion brings you closer to the present and away from the clutter of tomorrow's worries or yesterday's doubts. With each dish you touch, allow the warmth of gratitude to wash over you. This gratitude is not just for the meal shared, the beloved company enjoyed, but for the simple act of standing here, alive and aware, engaging fully with routine, transformed into ritual. Each dish washed is a token of presence and the richness of life's details. As the last glass glistens under the gentle stream, the joy of completion wraps around you like a shawl. You have touched each piece with care, with mindfulness, and as you stand back to survey your work, an array of sparkling dishes, drying neatly, feel a sense of accomplishment. Not just in the physical task, but in this deeper connection to the now. The kitchen is transformed. So are you. Reflect for a moment on the beauty of what you've created. Not only a clean kitchen, but a mindful journey, a testament to presence, to surrendering fully to the moment. Realization dawns gently, like the sunlight breaking over the horizon. Life's magic unfolds, not only in grand gestures, but in the smallest of tasks, performed with love and attention. As you step away from the sink, carry this sense of peace with you, an anchor to return to whenever the world feels chaotic. Know that the quiet dance you engaged in, the rhythm of water and touch, can always be revisited, bringing you back to yourself, to the simplest joys of being alive. The quiet ripples of mindfulness you've created linger in the air, waiting to embrace you in the moments yet to come. In this space of presence, may you continue to find stillness, grace, and profound connection to all that is. As you settle into your space, take a moment to notice the stillness that surrounds you. Let your breath flow in and out, gentle and unhurried, like the whisper of the wind through leaves. Feel the soft connection of your body to the surface beneath you, aware of the rise and fall of your chest as you breathe. With each inhale, invite a sense of calm to wash over you, and with each exhale, release any tension you may be holding. There is nowhere to go, nothing to do, just the promise of this moment, waiting to unfold. As you ease into this awareness, allow the world around you to soften. The narrative that follows invites you to immerse yourself in a simple yet profound act of living in a sunlit kitchen. A woman named Clara stood at the sink, fresh orange juice and a few dishes cluttering the countertops. The morning light streamed through the window, casting soft shadows on the tiles, creating a dance of illumination across the room. The sound of trickling water filled the air, harmonizing with the subtle chirping of birds just outside. It was a gentle, ordinary morning, and Clara breathed in the scent of citrus mixed with the freshness of soap. She turned on the tap, and warm water poured forth like a gentle stream. As she picked up the first dish, a delicate white plate adorned with vivid blue patterns, she cradled it in her hands, feeling its smooth surface. The plate was cool against her fingers, a contrast to the warm water now filling the sink. She was aware of how each dish told its own story, carrying the marks of meals shared and laughter exchanged as she washed. Clara focused her attention on the sensation of the soapy water around her hands. The bubbles made soft pops and fizzles, encapsulating tiny moments of joy within their fragile forms. She let the rhythmic motion of her hands guide her, each scrub a dance of presence. The act became meditative, each stroke a prayer of gratitude for the nurturing space of her home. Her mind wandered for a fleeting moment, casting thoughts that floated like leaves on a gentle stream, worries about the day ahead, to-do lists, calls to make. But Clara observed these thoughts without attachment, allowing them to drift by. She returned her focus to the plate in her hand, the warmth of the water caressing her skin, the scent of soap filling her nostrils, grounding her in the simplicity of the now. As she placed the plate on the drying rack, she noticed the next dish, a heavy cast iron skillet, seasoned by time and use. It felt robust and warm in her hands. As she scrubbed away the remnants of last night's dinner, she felt strength in the metal, an echo of countless meals prepared and savored. Each scrape of the sponge revealed not just a clean surface, but a connection to a lineage of cooking recipes, passed down family traditions woven into the very fabric of this skillet. The kitchen filled with the sound of water splashing and the gentle clinking of utensils, a symphony of domestic tranquility. Clara embraced the rhythm, her body moving in harmony with the task at hand. She noticed how the steam from the warm water curled into the air, taking with it any remnants of tension or stress, dissipating into the atmosphere like a distant memory. She paused for a moment, closing her eyes and inhaling deeply. The scent of lemon-infused soap mingled with the fresh aroma of the day's possibilities. In this moment, she felt the world was renewed, the simple act of washing dishes transforming into an offering of presence. Here, in the heart of her home, she could find serenity amidst the chaos of life outside. Gently, she returned to her task, feeling the weight of the sponge, the warmth of the water, and the softness of the cloth waiting to dry the dishes. She acknowledged the beauty of the ordinary, the small, seemingly insignificant tasks that too often went unnoticed. Each breath she took became a celebration of existence, the miracle of being alive, of feeling, of doing. With every dish she washed, Clara recognized the shifting tide of her own thoughts, like waves rolling into the shore. Some thoughts were calm and pleasant, like the sun-kissed laughter of friends. Others swirled with uncertainty, echoing the worries that sometimes crept in uninvited. But she learned to meet each wave with compassion, to hold space for them all without judgment. As the last dish was placed on the rack, she felt a sense of completion wash over her inner stillness that unfurled like the petals of a blooming flower. The sun had shifted in the sky, casting golden light across the room, painting everything with warmth and clarity. Clara stood back and took in the scene, the tidy kitchen, the gleaming plates and cookware, the world outside just beginning to awaken. In this moment, she realized that the act of washing dishes was not merely a chore. It was a blessing. It was a reminder of all that she had: food, home, and the love that filled the air around her. There was beauty in the mundane, a richness embedded in the flows of everyday life. As she dried her hands on a soft kitchen towel, Clara smiled softly. To herself, the corners of her mouth lifting in quiet appreciation. She understood that mindfulness was not something to be grasped or strived for, but a gentle surrender to the present moment and acceptance of what is, right here, right now. And as she took one last glance around the kitchen, she welcomed the day ahead with an open heart, fully present to the gifts it would bring. In the stillness that lingered in the kitchen, Clara felt a quiet sense of peace wash over her. Life, in its simplicity and complexity, unfolded moment by moment, and she was right in the center of it, surrendering to the beauty of now. She carried the warmth of her experience into the world beyond her door, a gentle reminder that each moment, like the dishes washed with care, could hold its own quiet rhythm, waiting to be embraced. In the quiet of a mid-afternoon, a gentle warmth envelops the room, spilling through the window as the sun casts soft, golden rays that dance playfully with shadows. As you settle into this moment, allow your breath to guide you deeper into presence. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale softly, releasing any thoughts that flutter like leaves in the wind. Here, in this space, you can find the delicate beauty of being fully alive, of simply attending to the world around you, as it is, without rush or worry. Now, imagine a kitchen bustling with the residue of a meal shared, laughter lingering like an echo, reminding you of connection, of togetherness. You find yourself standing before a sink filled with the remnants of that joy, the plates, the utensils, the cups, all waiting patiently, ready to be washed anew. As you approach the sink, the coolness of the porcelain greets your skin, grounding you in this moment. The surface is smudged with traces of what was, remnants of tomato sauce, a splash of olive oil, and perhaps the laughter still locked within the crevices of a well-loved bowl. You turn on the tap, and in that simple act, the sound of water rushing forth fills the room like a soothing melody. The first drop of water cascades down the surface of a plate, creating a ripple that spreads outward, mesmerizing in its simplicity. You watch as it glides along, flowing seamlessly, ebbing and flowing, just like your breath. Each drop tells a story, an invitation to be present to this experience. You place the plate under the stream, allowing the warmth of the water to envelop it, a gentle embrace that washes away the remnants of the meal, as if it is washing away the residue of the day itself. Feel the warmth of the water as it dances across your fingers. Notice how it splashes softly against your skin, its temperature a reminder of vitality. With each plate you lift, you become aware of textures, the smoothness of ceramic here, the roughness of a scrubbing sponge there. You immerse yourself fully in this tactile experience as your hands glide over the surface of the plates, the comforting rhythm of cleaning drawing you deeper into the now. As you engage in this simple ritual, allow your thoughts to drift like the bubbles that rise and burst at the water's surface. A thought arises, perhaps reminiscing about the laughter shared over dinner. Another might surface, fluttering in like a small bird, reminding you of an unfinished task awaiting your attention. You acknowledge each one as they appear, letting them go like leaves drifting on a gentle stream, turning your focus to the rhythm of your breath and the task before you. The sound of water mingles with the soft thud of utensils, clinking against each other, a harmonious symphony of domestic life. You breathe in the delicate scent of soap, mingling with the earthy aroma of the sink, the vapors wafting upward like whispers of all that has been shared. Your mind settles into this sensory experience. Here's the essence of what it means to be alive, engaged in this mundane yet beautiful task. With each plate you wash, reflection emerges, just as these objects have absorbed the nourishment and love of those gathered around the table. So too, can you be aware of the nourishment you bring into your own life. The simple act of caring for the dishes becomes a metaphor for self-care. Each gentle scrub reflects an act of kindness towards yourself, a reminder that nurturing the small things can lead to a life abundant with gratitude. As you move to the next dish, a small cup cradled in your palm. You feel the weight of its familiarity, a vessel for shared moments now shining under the stream of water. Each cup, a vessel of connection, each story told, each memory forged, spilling forth like the water flowing over its surface. Pause for a moment to take this in fully, the beauty of interconnectedness, of being part of something larger. The warmth of the water trails down your arm, urging you to let go of any tension, to surrender into this moment. The sponge glides effortlessly back and forth, round and round, mirroring the cycles of life. You allow yourself to simply be, engaging fully with the sensations, thoughts, and presence, each moment leading gently into the next. As you finish washing the last of the dishes, the air fills with a serene quietness. You stand still before the gleaming sink, the water now stilled, its surface mirroring the peace within you. The dishes, arranged neatly upon a dish rack, reflect a small triumph, a small act of love poured into the heart of your home. In the soft glow of the afternoon light, a softness settles within you, a stillness that feels expansive and inviting. You close your eyes briefly, feeling the pulse of life within you, recognizing that this moment, spent amidst the simplicity of caring for those things that serve you, is an opportunity, a chance to appreciate life as it is, unadorned yet profound. As you step back from the sink, your heart feels lighter, like the gentle breeze that rustles the leaves outside. You carry with you the quiet awareness that each action, no matter how small, can be a portal into presence. As you walk away, the stillness of the moment lingers, a reminder that beauty resides in the ordinary, and peace can be found not in the absence of noise, but in the embrace of now. Allow this feeling to wash through you, knowing that in each moment, the dance of droplets continues, an eternal flow of presence, waiting for you to join in. In this moment, let us take a breath together. Inhale deeply, drawing in the essence of the world around you. Perhaps you feel the air fill your lungs, cool and refreshing, like morning dew on tender leaves. And as you exhale, let the breath carry away the weight of your worries, just as a gentle breeze carries autumn leaves. Allow your mind to soften, your body to relax, and your heart to open, just as the sun rises, warming the earth at dawn. Here, amidst the poetry of the present moment, we shall journey into the beauty found in the simple act of being. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at your kitchen sink, the warm light of the day filtering through the window beside you. The rhythmic sound of water filling the basin echoes softly, a refreshing melody that invites you deeper into this sacred space. As you turn the faucet, the water begins to cascade, each droplet reflecting a miniature universe, shimmering and breaking apart under the light. You pause for just a heartbeat, observing the way the water gurgles and dances, swirling around like playful children in a sunlit park. It feels good, comforting, this connection to the element that sustains life. You gently reach for the sponge, its porous texture cool to the touch, and as it glides into the water, you notice how it absorbs everything it encounters, soaking in the life-giving fluid. With deliberation, you begin to wash a plate, its surface cool and smooth in your hand. Scented dish soap envelopes the air with a hint of citrus, elevating the mundane to something extraordinary. You sense the steam rising from the warm water, caressing your face like an embrace, grounding you in this moment. Okay, each swirl of the sponge across the plate becomes a meditation, an exploration of the immediate present. With each stroke, envision yourself engaging with the moment. The sound of the sponge against ceramic allows a soft rhythm to unfold, echoing like a heartbeat, steadfast and reassuring. As the dirt and remnants of previous meals dissolve into the warm embrace of the water, you also feel the weight of tensions, and thoughts around you begin to dissipate, draining away with the rinse. You take a moment to notice your thoughts as they drift in and out, like clouds across a vast sky. Some thoughts are heavy, carrying the burdens of yesterday. Others flit by lightly, like dandelion seeds on the wind. You watch them come and go, allowing them to exist without judgment. No need to cling or push them away. As you move on to the next item, the fork. Its metallic sheen reflects not only the light, but also fragments of your surroundings. You watch as it glistens, picking up the water droplets that cling to its surface. Each clink and splash sound resonates like soft chimes in a gentle breeze, echoing through the quiet sanctuary of your kitchen. You discern the sound of a bird outside, singing its own song, unfurling in tune with the moment. And you find warmth in knowing you shared this continuum of life with creatures and elements alike. Now, your thoughts drift to gratitude. Gratitude for the simple act of nourishment, for the meal shared, for the hands that have prepared them. You think of the laughter and the stories that have passed around the table where this fork has rested before. The senses awaken fully, inviting the memories to awaken with them. A gentle tide of feeling washing over your heart as you place the fork gently in the cooling water. You bring your focus back to the present feel, the slight chill as it slips from your grip. Your attention is drawn to the gentle rhythm of the water lapping against the sink, each wave, each ripple carrying away remnants of the past, cleansing and transforming. With each passing moment, you find less urgency in completing the task. There is no rush. The day surrounds you like a cozy quilt, inviting you to linger in its folds. Quote, you pick up a glass next, the transparency capturing light like the spirit of openness. Slowly, you begin to wash it, the water cascading through its hollow form, revealing the imperfections and scratches, each a story lived, a moment captured as you watch the glass come alive again. You begin to reflect upon the fragility of life, the beautiful and imperfect nature of existence. With each touch of your hand, you feel connected to generations past, those who have held glasses just like this one, shared moments of connection and creation over meals, laughter echoing in spaces just like this. And as you rinse the glass under clear, cool water, you notice how the light refracts, casting rainbows against the wall. It's tiny droplets, catching and reflecting the vast spectrum of colors, so much like the emotions we navigate day to day. This dance of light brings a smile to your lips, a quiet insight. Beauty is everywhere, even in the ordinary. You place the glass on the drying rack, each piece finding its place in a harmony shared with those around you. The kitchen thus transforms from a mere space into a canvas of reflection, connection, and love, a tapestry woven with the fibers of everyday existence. Time slows, the world outside briefly fading from your awareness, and you find joy resting in the act itself, the act of washing, of tending, of caring, of being. You allow yourself to fully embrace this fleeting ebb of time, staying rooted in the here, the now, permitting your knees to soften, huge shoulders to drop. As your task nears its end, you catch sight of a small crystal of water sliding down the edge of the sink, glistening before it falls. It's a moment suspended in time, beautiful and brief, much like life itself. It plummets, disappearing into the depths of the basin below. And in that moment, you understand softly, it is in the surrender to each moment that we find our true essence. With the last dish washed and dried, allow yourself to breathe again, this time with the awareness that you have journeyed through your own moment of mindfulness, fully alive. May you carry this stillness with you, a quiet reminder that within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, waiting to be noticed, cherished, and embraced. As you step away from the kitchen, feel the soft grounding beneath your feet, knowing that here, now, in this moment, you are exactly where you need to be. In this moment, as you settle into a space of stillness, let the world around you begin to fade into the background. Close your eyes, if you wish, and take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, filling your lungs with the air that has been here long before you arrive, and exhale gently, releasing any tension carried over from the day. Okay? Feel the weight of your body grounding into the surface beneath you. Okay? Each breath anchoring you into delicate interplay of presence. As thoughts drift by like clouds in an open sky, allow them to float away, inviting attention to the here and now. This moment belongs to you, an unfurling blanket of serenity, ready to embrace the simplicity of being in a humble kitchen, softly illuminated by the golden glow of afternoon light. The dishes sat waiting, remnants of a nourishing meal. The dishes invited the warmth of a gentle connection, teas poured and laughter shared, now resting silently after the feast. Each plate bore the colors of the meal, a kaleidoscope of life, each fork and spoon silently whispering tales shared. Over the warmth of friendship, with delicate steps, you approach the sinker vessel of transformation, where the mundane can dance with the extraordinary. As the water runs, listen to the soft gurgle, the serenading embrace of liquid cascading over porcelain. Your fingers dip into the stream, and you can feel the subtle kiss of warmth, a gentle current inviting you into the moment. The first tea-sha, sturdy, well-loved plate, edged with verdant designs, faded from years of use, calm, cradling the smooth curve. The soap, perfuming the air with crisp lavender, swirls around your fingers as you create lather, a soft cloud that dances in the light. As you scrub, notice the rhythm of the movement, the gentle circular motions that begin to weave a quiet cadence. The dish disappears into foam before re-emerging, love and care enveloping the mundane as the plate glistens anew. Released from the remnants of past meals, there's a sense of cleansing beyond the surface, an act of nurturing yourself within this small universe. Can you feel the way your breath moves in synchrony with the water's flow? The sensation of warmth travels through you, grounding you deeper into the present. Drop, an opportunity for awareness, each action a beckoning to fully inhabit the moment. With the second dish, a delicate teacup, you find an opportunity for softness. As you wash, you can feel the fragile edges between your fingers, the whispers of rose petals lingering in the air. You consider the last conversation held over its rim, the laughter echoing like music, a tapestry of connection woven through steam and shared dreams. As you place the cup in the drying rack, the feeling of satisfaction settles inside you, like a warm shawl draped over your shoulders. This is more than just cleaning. It is a meditation on presence, the mind wandering occasionally, only to be tenderly ushered back by the rhythm of your hands in the warm water. A bowl comes next, bold and deep vessel, painted in shades of blue, echoing tranquil oceans. You hold it beneath the flow, feeling the sensation of the water washing away the remnants of a day's nourishment. If you listen closely, you might hear the whispers of waves, a subtle reminder of the ebb and flow of life itself. The act of rinsing becomes a form of communion, a conversation between the moment and the act. The gentle clanking of dishes in the drying rack becomes a symphony. Each gentle thud, a note, drums out the staccato of thoughts. Here, time feels unhurried, as if the universe is inviting you to linger. Here, there are no chores, only a dance, no obligation, only creation. You find yourself oscillating between the dish and the drying rack, a graceful flow that ripples out into the surrounding space. As you wash the final piece of sturdy, albeit chipped, bowl, you contemplate the textures and the life it has held. You reflect on the meals shared, the stories exchanged, the silence of comfort that woven over early mornings and late nights. You can almost see the past glowing around it, captured in the granules of time. The soft breath, you wash away the remnants and fill the bowl with the clean embrace of flowing water. Now, sink stands, empty the tangle of bubbles, surrendering into the drain. a final farewell to the moment of simplicity you have shared. The once chaotic space has transformed into clarity. Each dish, now a gentle sign of care. You step back, observing the entire scene, the sunlight illuminating the freshly cleaned plates, glimmering like stars in the night sky. You notice that within this simple act lies an essence of gratitude, a quiet appreciation for what is often overlooked, the art of caring for what nourishes us. As you stand in this moment, breathe deeply once more, allowing the unfolding of your heart to expand. In rhythm with your breath, the kitchen is now alive with silence, filled with echoes of gratitude. With each breath, you carry this stillness with you into the world beyond the kitchen. Remember, the moments of life, no matter how simple, can become profound when delivered into presence. And so, the quiet dance continues, a graceful waltz, binding you to the heartbeat of existence, held gently in the embrace of the present moment. In this moment, as the world slows its frantic pulse, let us gently close our eyes and feel the breath flowing in and out like the tide embracing the shore. Picture a quiet kitchen, a sanctuary woven with memories, bathed in the soft glow of morning light. The gentle hum of the world outside is a reminder of life unfolding. Yet here, in this space, there is an invitation to be still. Imagine the sensations of warmth against your skin, the way the air carries the scent of fresh coffee mingled with the crispness of dawn. Allow yourself to settle into the present, free from the weight of the past and the worry of what may come. Just to be here, now, in this small, sunlit kitchen. The day is just beginning, and the dishes lie waiting in the sink, a quiet congregation of plates, glasses, and silverware, each a testament to shared meals and laughter. The water is cool to the touch as it flows from the faucet, a gentle cascade that invites a moment of contemplation. As the sound of the rushing water fills the air, there is a soothing rhythmal heartbeat within the home. With a soft smile, you step closer, allowing yourself to be enveloped by the sensation of cool porcelain, at the weight of the sponge resting comfortably in your palm. This simple tool, with its worn edges, cradles a world of stories. You dip it into the flowing water, watching as it absorbs and transforms, changing from dry to saturated, ready to begin its work. As you press the sponge against the first plate, a round canvas of memories, you notice the softness of the surface, the smoothness that greets you as the sponge glides effortlessly. A gentle pressure, a slight circular motion, reveals remnants of last night's dinner, the echoes of conversations lingering in the air. You watch the suds rise, tiny bubbles dancing and playing, catching the light as if performing a delicate ballet in this dance of water and light. You breathe in the scent of the soap, a subtle fragrance, clean and crisp. There's a quiet pleasure in the act, an unhurried transition from one moment to the next. As you rinse the plate under the warm water, droplets cascade like tiny jewels, falling away effortlessly, much like thoughts that float into awareness before drifting away. You find yourself immersed in this operation, each dish a new beginning. The clink of glass against glass, the gentle swish of water, the fading sound of the outside world. These sounds weave a tapestry of presence. In this simple task, you feel the weight of your feet on the cool floor, the steady ground beneath you, anchoring you in this slice of time. The world outside may still spin hurriedly. It's the chaos of life carrying on. But here, each motion becomes a meditation. You feel the warmth of the water seep through your fingers, the way it envelops and embraces. There is a simplicity in washing dishes, as if each plate is inviting you to reflect on the moment, to be present with it, without judgment or expectation. As you move from plate to bowl, you catch glimpses of your own thoughts. They swirl like the steam rising from the basin, sometimes heavy with worry, sometimes light and fleeting. You notice how they come and go, like the bubbles that rise and pop. There's a release in observing them without trying to control or grasp them. Just as the washed plates surrender to the water's current, you pause, allowing the sensation of the water to fill your senses, your breath deepening as you soak in this connection. Every scoop of soapy suds becomes an offering, every rinse an act of gentle kindness to the self. You are reminded that life, too, is about the ebb and flow, the cycles of cleansing and renewal. In the rhythm of your work, you notice a small window, the light spilling in like golden honey, illuminating the dust motes, dancing lazily through the air. They shimmer softly, a reminder of the beauty found in the ordinary, in the overlooked moments. With each wood grain of the table beneath your elbow, with each glistening stainless steel fork, there lies an unspoken story waiting to be acknowledged. The fabric of your mind begins to weave together with your body's movements. You feel the tension in your shoulders start to dissolve as you wash, rinse, and stack. The cycle repeats, yet each movement draws you deeper into connection, into presence. You listen to the faint hum of life, outside birds chirping, a distant car engine, laughter from a neighbor's home, each sound a thread in the tapestry of your experience. Then, slowly, amidst the quiet symphony of plates and water, a thought arises, a smile curling at the corners of your mouth as you recognize the beauty of impermanence. Just as the bubbles rise and pop, so to do the frustrations and concerns of yesterday dissolve into the present moment. Each plate wiped clean reflects a fresh start, an opportunity to embrace what lies ahead. With this gentle insight, you take a breath longer and deeper, allowing it to fill your belly and chest, grounding you further into the space of the unfolding. Now, time seems to stretch and bend within the rhythm of your task, an invitation to simply be without urgency, absorbed in the harmony of doing something as mundane as washing dishes. The last dish, a solitary mug holding the warmth of last night's tea, glows with familiarity. You take a moment to smile at its shape, the way it, too, holds stories shared over quiet moments and late-night conversations. Cradling it tenderly in your hands, you feel gratitude swell, grateful for the rituals of life that nurture connection, and for this pause to simply exist. As you stack the final dish, a wave of stillness washes over you. The sink is empty now, the remnants of yesterday washed away, leaving a sense of clarity that resonates through your body and mind. You glance around the kitchen, everything polished, shining softly in the morning light, a reflection of your own internal landscape. In the lingering warmth of the moment, you come to rest in the understanding that, like the water that flowed freely through your fingers, life too is a continual unfolding. Here, in the quiet and simplicity of the everyday, there exists an eternal rhythm, a reminder to wash away the distractions and immerse fully in the precious gift of the present. As you take a final breath, savoring the stillness, let it carry you forward, grounded in peace, ready to embrace what this day may bring. In this moment, let us draw a gentle breath, inhaling the richness of life and exhaling anything that weighs heavy on the heart. As we settle into our bodies, notice the softness beneath you, the texture of your clothing against your skin, the whisper of air filling your lungs. Allow your mind to slow, embracing the simplicity of right now, where every thought is a passing cloud. Beneath the busy hum of existence lies a stillness that invites us to fully engage with each fleeting moment. As you find your anchor in the present, let me share a story that dances through the ordinary, revealing the extraordinary hidden within. It was a Tuesday afternoon, the kind that tiptoes quietly between the vibrations of Monday's busyness and the promise of a restful Wednesday. The sun hung low in the sky, spilling warm golden light across the kitchen tiles, each square glowing as if to remind anyone who would pause and observe the sheer beauty of an ordinary day. Ella stood at the sink, her hands submerged in warm, soapy water. The gentle sound of running water, nearly a song in its own right. The soft clinking of dishes resonated in the Iran orchestra of serenity, with each scrape and swish serving as notes in a delicate symphony. She picked up a plate, its surface still glistening from the last meal shared, fragments of laughter and conversation echoing in her memory as the bubbles danced and twirled around her fingers. Ella allowed herself to surrender to this moment. The threads of her worries began to fray, drifting away like the bubbles she was lovingly coaxing out of existence. The weight of the day faded, and she focused instead on the sensation of the warm water cascading over her hands. It was both comforting and grounding, a reminder of the incredible complexity in the simplicity of a task oft overlooked. Here she was, in the heart of her home, surrounded by the scent of lemon and the promise of nurturing. Each plate she held was a testament to sharing. Each one contained meals that had traveled through conversations, laughter, and love. The cheerful clink of cutlery against the ceramic, like soft laughter, met her ears, bringing forth memories of family dinners, holidays, and momentous celebrations. There was an echo of gratitude in each splash of water that surrounded her world. As she moved to the next dish, a deep sense of awareness blossomed within her. She noted the coolness of the ceramic, contrasting against the warmth of the water. Here lay beauty, intertwined with the mundane sensory dance of sound and touch. She could almost hear the dish telling its story. It was a vessel to connection, a bearer of sustenance, now transformed into an object of mindfulness. With each swipe of the sponge, her focus sharpened. She noticed the rhythm, the rise and fall of her breath mirrored the undulations of the water, breathing in as she scrubbed, breathing out as she rinsed. The world outside faded, the distant hum of traffic, the chirp of birds filtering through the window. These sounds became a soft background, melting into her awareness, never rising above the gentle cadence of her own heartbeat. The window was open, inviting a soft breeze that carried with it the fragrance of blooming lilacs, fading into symphony with the scent of lemons. The air wrapped around her like a tender embrace, a reminder that life moves in cycles, each scent a chapter in the story of the day. Here and now was a moment, not just to wash dishes, but to fully inhabit the sacredness of the everyday. As she reached for the next item, a shallow bowl something flickered at the edge of her consciousness. The dish spoke of the simple joys, of soup on a chilly night, of gatherings with friends, of solace found in solitude over a warm meal. Each curve and contour of the bowl cradled something larger than itself, memories woven with glances and exchanges, heartbeats and silences shared. Ella paused and considered the bowl resting in her soapy palma vessel, cherished, now turned into a simple task. She held it gently, delicately, as if it were a fragile piece of art. In that moment, time slowed, and the world narrowed down to this bowl, this one piece, here and now. She felt the weight of existence in it, a profound realization that each dish held fragments of life itself. With each rinse, she was not merely cleaning, but participating in a ritual of reverence, attending to her home, her history, her being. As the water poured out, she watched how it glimmered, the sunlight refracting through droplets, dancing in the air, a cascade of diamonds that splashed down, each droplet doing its own dance before merging back into the earth. Here, life was simplistic, yet profound. Moments passed, and Ella found herself lost in this rhythm. Thoughts would stray, meandering menagerie of plans and worries. But like clouds parting before the sun, she gently welcomed them, allowing them to pass. Each thought was a visitor, and in their presence, she learned not to cling, but to observe, to let go, returning to the sensations of the present, the warm water, the steady flow, the dance of time. And what was time then? She considered, with a smile softening her features. It unfolded in waves, much like the very water splashing against her palms. Time lived in the moments embraced now, in the rhythm of her scrubbing, each stroke a heartbeat, each pause a breath, a reminder that life was as it should be, perfectly imperfect. The final dish shimmered in the sunlight, each surface polished, each memory acknowledged. She rinsed it one last time and placed it in the drying rack, where it stood with others, patiently waiting now for the next meal to arrive. But for what came next in this ebb and flow of existence, Ella took a step back and surveyed her work. The sink, once a flurry of bubbles and dishes, now lay transformed into a space of clarity, a testament to a moment cherished. And with that clarity blossomed a gentle understanding. The washing of dishes echoed deeper truths about life itself, cares washed away and clarity revealed, not by any grand design, but in humble acts of presence and awareness. As Ella turned off the tap, she stood still for a brief moment. Outside, the world hustled on, but within her expanded a serene silence of space, filled with gratitude for the ordinary, where each moment held a whisper of beauty. Here, she learned that every dish, every sound, every breath was an invitation to be present, to embrace life not as a series of tasks, but as moments full of richness, sparkling with life. In this simplicity, she found a profound stillness, eternally echoing in the present. Breathe in deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs, expanding your rib cage and bringing a gentle pause in the flow of your thoughts. Notice how the light dances through the window, casting soft shadows across the room. Sit comfortably, allowing the weight of your body to ease into the support beneath you. Close your eyes if you feel called to, and let your attention settle on the present moment, the here and now. Let go of any lingering concerns, like leaves carried away on a gentle stream. Find a sense of curiosity to accompany you as we journey together into the simplicity of an ordinary experience, to uncover the beauty nestled in the folds of our daily lives. The sun hung low in the sky, a melting orb of warmth and golden hue, as the afternoon seeped into the edges of time. A faint rustling of leaves accompanied the cool, whispering breeze that threaded through the open window, carrying in the scent of blooming lilacs. It was in this moment, as the world outside unfurled its colors, that you found yourself standing by the sink, staring at a pile of clean yet unwashed dishes, a vivid testimony to yesterday's joyful gathering. The remnants of laughter and connection. As you roll up your sleeves, the water begins to flow, a silken ribbon cascading from the faucet, carving its path into the basin. The sound is soothing, a rhythmic patter that invites you to pause. Sink your hands into the warm water and feel its embrace, the gentle currents swirling around your fingers. The sensation wraps around you like a comforting shawl, dissolving the tension coiled tightly within your shoulders. You pick up the first dish, a simple plate, and as it glides into your hands, an echo of memory surfaces. The meal it carried, the faces gathered around the table, the stories shared like ripples expanding across a pond. In this moment, the plate is not just a dish. It becomes a vessel of recollections, a bridge between the past and the present. Each scrub of the sponge against the surface is a mindfulness practice in itself. As you work, notice the texture of the plate beneath the soft fibers, the gentle resistance, and the rhythm of your breath. Inhale through your nose, catching a hint of soap, and exhale through your mouth, letting go of distractions and worries. With every stroke, you are drawing your attention closer to the now, to a state of being rather than doing. You glance up through the window. A bird flits by, casting a fleeting shadow that dances along the countertop. It's a moment so small, yet it holds the essence of life. The sight invites a smile, a reminder that even in the mundane, there is wonder. As your hands continue their work, the water drips softly from the dishes, coined the purpose of the present moment. It is not about the accumulation of tasks, but about the way you inhabit each second. You dip a glass into the water, watching the bubbles form and disperse like laughter escaping into the air. It shines in the sunlight, gleaming, and you remember the convivial conversation that echoed around the table as it bore witness to clinking cheers and heartfelt toasts. Each glance at the glass transforms it into something beyond utility. It becomes a storytelling vessel laced with shared life. The sponge glides with ease now, caressing the surfaces with tender intention. The clinking sounds fill the air, a symphony of purpose, while your thoughts begin to soften. They float like leaves on a tranquil lake, sometimes swirling near the shore, sometimes drifting toward the horizon, but ultimately all returning to stillness. As you rinse the last plate, you can almost hear the water laughing too. It splashes, happily, relishing its role as cleansing agent, washing away not just residue, but also the busyness of the mind, the pressures of the day. With each wave that envelops the dish, you sense the release of what no longer serves you, a silent promise that you can come back to this act of self-nurturing whenever you please. The final moments unfold slowly. You place the dishes gently in a rack, a small act of care, a sign of gratitude for the joys they served. The counter may be clear now, but it has absorbed your presence, your awareness, and the gift of letting go. After a pause, you step back, observing the sunlight, catching the droplets of water adorning the dish's tiny prisms, reflecting 1,000 colors. Notice this beauty. It may be fleeting, yet it blooms in the richness of the moment. You'll realize that this ordinary task has woven a thread through your being, connecting you more deeply to the life unfolding around you. The quiet of the kitchen embraces you, as if offering a soft reminder that in every chore lies an invitation to be fully present. The world outside continues to turn, unaware of the quiet transformation occurring within you, an emergence into clarity, into simplicity, into peace. As you leave the kitchen, the stillness lingers in your mind like a precious jewel, a gentle nudge to carry the richness of this moment into the world. The act of washing dishes may have drawn you in, but it is the presence you cultivated that remains a reminder that the most profound insights often lie hidden within the simplest gestures. Here, in the ebb and flow of everyday life, pause occasionally and immerse yourself in the act of being, for in that space, the extraordinary is cradled by the ordinary, alive with possibility and peace. In the stillness of the moment, invite your breath to gently flow in and then to find its way back out. Allow yourself to settle into the warmth of your seat, noticing how the body supports you. With each breath, feel the rise and fall of your chest, a gentle reminder of the life that courses through you. As thoughts drift in and out, acknowledge them without judgment, like clouds passing through a vast sky. Here, in this quiet space, let the stories of your day recede into the background as we embark on a simple journey into presence, into the tender embrace of the now. Imagine for a moment the kitchen in the late afternoon. To the sun, now softening its glare, stretches golden fingers through the window, casting gentle patterns upon the floor. It is a warm, inviting light that beckons you to pause, to breathe, and to be. The world outside hums a familiar tune, cars passing by, the laughter of children playing, the distant sound of a dog barking, and yet here, in this little sanctuary, time feels suspended. Before you, the sink fills with dishes, remnants of the day's nourishment, plates stained with the colors of vegetables, silverware glistening with the echo of shared moments, and a pot that has held the essence of warmth, heart, and spice. The task before you is simple yet profound, a chance to immerse yourself fully in the act of washing dishes. As you turn on the faucet, water rushes forth, a clear stream that dances and tumbles over each surface. The sound fills the room, a soothing melody, harmonizing with the gentle sigh of breathing. With the first touch of water against porcelain, notice the coolness against your fingers, slippery sensation mingling with soap, and the delicate fragrance of lemon that curls into the air. For a moment, allow your focus to narrow. Settle into the experience of washing as you pick up the first dish. Feel its weight, its cool surface against your palms. Air is a plate that is held. Laughter, a vessel that carried sustenance, not just for the body, but for the soul. You dip it into the warm water, feel the swirl of bubbles lather around its edges, and as you begin to scrub, let the rhythm of your movements match the pulse of the water. Each stroke becomes a dance, each bubble a tiny world of its own, shimmering in the light with every pass of the sponge. Thoughts drift in and out, thoughts of the day that passed, of moments that brought you joy, or perhaps frustration. Notice these thoughts as they arise, like petals on the water, beautiful yet fleeting. Acknowledge them and gently return your awareness to the present, to the sensation of scrubbing the plate, to the sound of water splashing, and the way the sunlight reflects upon the surface of the dish. As each plate is cleaned, set aside for a moment to dry. Reflect on how this simple act connects you to the present. With each wash, the dishes transform from a collection of the day's remnants into symbols of care. Care for oneself, for family, for the sacredness of nourishment shared. Breathe deeply and let this awareness settle within you. Now, as you reach for a fork, feel its familiar form. The cool metal is smooth and comforting against your fingers. Imagine how many hands this fork has touched, how many meals it has partaken in. With intent, you run the sponge along its edges, cleansing it of the remnants of meals long past. Is there a thought or a memory associated with this fork? Perhaps it stirs a story gathering around the table, filled with laughter, a quiet moment of solitude, or the comfort of culinary experimentation. Let that memory be, then release it as you let the fork slip back into the water to rinse with each passing dish. Notice how your mind wanders, yet, like a gentle breeze, it always returns. The sound of water continues its soothing melody. There is a peace found in this cycle of cleaning, a meditative rhythm emerging, inviting you deeper into the now. As your hands work, you might notice an ache or a strain, a subtle reminder of the body's existence. And in that moment, pause, breathe. Let each breath wash over you like the water you now cradle in your hands. As you continue reflections, arise not as judgments, but as gentle observations of how life flows, much like the water pouring forth. Here, you are reminded that life, too, is a matter of coming and going, of holding and letting go. You may be surprised by the tenderness that enters with this awareness as your mind begins to settle into a more spacious perspective. The world is rich with experience, and in this moment, you are fully here. Once the plates and silverware are washed, you turn your attention to the pots and pans, those deep vessels that held the heart of a meal. They require a bit more care. As you take the sponge and begin to scrub the edges, feel the warmth of the water rise up, embracing your hands. Let the scent of soapy citrus fill your senses, enlivening the air around you. With each scrape, feel the connection deepen. Here lies the evidence of a crafted meal, inventive and loving. Each mark tells a story of creation and effort, of taste and companionship. Time can feel elastic in these moments, stretching and condensing, the outside world fading as you become lost in the motions of cleaning. It's the initial thought of this, as the chore has changed, blossomed into a sanctuary where stillness reigns and presence is your guide. Allow yourself to let go into the experience, relishing in the simplicity. The mundane transformed into something sacred when the last pot is rinsed and set aside. Take a moment to step back and admire the gleaming array of dishes. They stand together, a small testament to your time and effort. Breath in this sight. This simple beauty, each object, a witness to your minutes spent in awareness. As the work draws to a close, you turn the faucet to stop the flow of water, the sound of rushing, ceasing, leaving only the quiet ambience of the kitchen. You look around, and there is a softness that bathes the room, an afterglow of presence that lingers in the air, much like the warmth of the sun still filtering through the window. In this stillness, you may feel the gentle reminder of your own heart, the rhythm of your breath, a subtle metronome of existence. Allow your heart to rest, your body to settle. You are here, right in this moment, woven into the fabric of everyday life. As you step back from the sink, take a moment to let this experience seep into your being. What was once a simple task, the act of washing dishes, has transformed into an opportunity for connection and presence. Let that feeling of stillness accompany you as you move back into the flurry of life beyond these walls. With each new task or moment you encounter, remember the whisper of the water, the touch of the sponge, and the breath of awareness. You hold within you the ability to find calm amidst the rhythm of life. It's finding the sacred within the ordinary, always available to you. Close your eyes for a moment, taking a deep, soothing breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, cool and refreshing, as if a gentle breeze is carrying the scent of earth and sky. This is your moment, right here, right now. The world around you, with its bustling demands and endless distractions, fades into the background. Allow yourself to settle into your body, to feel the weight of it on the ground, solid, unyielding, yet utterly supportive. Let each breath guide you further into stillness, as if with every exhale, you are releasing a little more of what does not serve you. Keep breathing. The present moment is a precious gift, waiting patiently to be unwrapped. In a cozy home, sunlight filtered softly through the kitchen window, illuminating the gentle curves of a porcelain sink. The air held a hint of lavender from the essential oil diffuser that quietly hummed in the corner, infusing the space with warmth and calm. Anna stood before the sink, the water running clear and cool over a pile of dishes, a vibrant mosaic of colors, from plates, cups, and utensils, each one holding a story of meals shared and laughter echoing across the table. The rhythmic sound of water cascading filled the room, a soothing symphony that danced with the thoughts whirling in Anna's mind. She could feel the softness of the dishcloth in her hands as she lifted the first plate, its surface still warm from the dishes that had come before. She let the moment stretch, pausing to observe the subtle play of light on its glossy finish. There was beauty here, an invitation to be fully present. As she began to wash, bubbles formed like tiny galaxies, each one suspended in its translucent sphere, reflecting light and color. With each circular movement of her hand, she felt the warmth of the water envelop her fingers, a gentle reminder that all was well. The soap, lemon-scented and fresh, released a fragrance that mingled with the air, grounding her further into the simplicity of the task and the quiet of the kitchen. The world outside continued its relentless pace, but Anna was anchored. Thoughts flitted in and out like the foam collecting at the edge of the sink, reminders of to-do lists, obligations, and worries. Yet she allowed them to pass without clinging, like leaves drifting on a stream, each one a part of the flow, yet none able to disrupt the totality of her experience. As she rinsed the plate, the water cascaded down like gentle rain, tiny droplets dancing in the light before slipping back into the depths of the sink. She could feel the cleansing sensation against her fingertips, and in that moment, time expanded, each second stretched into a soft embrace. Anna focused her awareness on the warmth of the water against her skin and the way the sensation mingled with the rhythm of her breath. She noticed how the act of washing dishes transformed from a task to a meditation. The weight of the plate shifted in her hands. The coolness of the metal silverware contrasted against the warmth of the ceramics. Each item came alive in her grasp, a testament to the love that filled her home, the nourishing meals shared with family and friends. It was an act of care for both the dishes and for herself. A soft sound broke the stillness, her child's laughter. Light and bright floated from the other room. Anna smiled at the sound, its joy filling her chest. She allowed herself to picture the child, carefree and vibrant, a small whirlwind of energy and delight. The laughter was an echo of their shared moments, a reminder that within the mundane, extraordinary experiences unfurled every single day. As she paused, allowing her heart to swell with gratitude for the laughter, for the love, and for the simple act in which she was engaged, the water in the sink. Now, a shimmering pool of reflections awaited the next dish, the sacramental bowl, deep and robust, a vessel that held countless meals. As it touched the water, it felt heavy with memories of gatherings, of connection, of nourishment shared. She cradled it, feeling its weight, the coolness of the ceramic grounding her further. In this slow motion, Anna noticed her own breath, a natural rhythm that accompanied the gentle swell of thoughts, reflections, and sensations. Every inhale invited clarity, a rush of calm, while each exhale released tension, flowing away like the water swirling down the drain. She became aware of the subtle shifts in her body, the way her shoulders softened, the way her heart quieted and opened, welcoming stillness. As Anna moved through the simple flow of the task, she began to realize that it was not just the act of cleaning, but a way of honoring her experiences, her life, and the moments that shaped her. The dishes became vessels communicating gratitude, each scrubbing and rinsing a prayer of acknowledgement for the nourishment of body and spirit. Without urgency or judgment, she continued, allowing the water to steer her thoughts toward the moment's lessons. The routine act of washing dishes was now presenting itself as a reminder to embrace life with intention, to cherish the silence, the laughter, the food shared, and the connection that we often overlook in the rush of living. As Anna completed the last plate, a serene smile graced her lips. The rhythmic sound of water had quieted, and she felt a radiance within her warmth that extended beyond the confines of the kitchen. In this space, she found her pulse aligning with the gentle ebb and flow of life itself, reassuring heartbeat, constant yet ever-changing. She reached for the dish towel, its fabric soft against her palm. The act of drying each dish felt like an intimate ritual now, a way to cultivate care, a way to signal the end of an activity that had become more than just chores. The warmth of the clean dishes meant something. Each item she placed neatly on the rack was no longer a mundane task, but an offering, a promise to embrace the next moments that were unfurling with the last item safely tucked away. Anna took a moment to survey the kitchen. The surfaces gleamed softly in the afternoon light, reflecting her effort, her intention, her presence. The kitchen, alive with warmth and care, felt like a sanctuary, a living testament to love and attention. She took a final deep breath, soaking in the scents mingling around her, the lingering aromas of lavender, citrus, and the memory of connection. Standing in the kitchen, Anna now carried with her a quiet sense of peace. She understood that the simplicity of washing dishes had unfolded infinite layers of experience, paving the way for awareness and gratitude. In the unassuming act of cleaning, she had touched the essence of her own being. As the world continued to swirl around her, she knew she could return to this essence at any moment reachable through the breath, the sound, the water's embrace. She stepped away from the sink, nourished and renewed, ready to embrace the next moment as it came, fully present in the unfolding of life. Inhale gently, feeling the air fill your lungs, and exhale softly, as if releasing any tension. Let the breath guide your body into a comfortable stillness, a moment carved out of the endless day. Notice the sensations around you, the subtle vibrations of life playing in the background. With each breath, embrace the here and now, grounding yourself in this present moment. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, only the unfolding of your experience, like the delicate layers of a rose petal, revealing the beauty in the ordinary. On a sunlit afternoon, when the world outside hummed with live children laughing, birds chirping, a distant lawnmower buzzing, Miriam stood in her kitchen, warm water flowing from the tap, filling the basin with a gentle rush. The sunlight painted flecks of gold across the surface of the water, flickering like scattered stardust. Today, she had chosen to spend her time washing the dishes, an everyday ritual, yet a chance to immerse herself in the simple act of being. She slid her hands into the warm water, letting the soothing heat wrap around her fingers like a comforting embrace. The sensation was soft, inviting, as she allowed herself to sink deeper into the moment. Each dish nestled beneath her fingers was a vessel of a memory, remnants of shared meals, laughter echoing around the table. As she lifted the first plate, she noticed the faint scent of thyme and garlic still lingering, evoking visions of dinner with her family, tapestry woven with stories, joy, and the irreplaceable hum of connection. Miriam picked up a fork, its cool metal glinting in the sunlight, and as she scrubbed away remnants of yesterday's meal, she felt the gentle resistance beneath her touch, reminder of seasons past and meals experienced. Each stroke of the sponge was a movement towards mindfulness, an act of care for the objects that served her well. The rhythmic swish and splash, the delicate sound of water dancing against porcelain, harmonized with the melodies of life unfolding unbeknownst to her outside. With each dish she washed, she found herself slowing down, the world beyond the kitchen fading softly away. Time seemed to stretch and contract, a fluid presence shaped by her willingness to let go of the ticking clock, to let go of the to-do lists that had once cluttered her mind. She focused on the texture of the sponge gliding against the plate. On the way, the bubbles formed and burst, gleaming like tiny pearls before swirling down the drain. It was in this simple act of washing that she discovered an unspoken connection to the world. Each dish, each movement, a thread in the intricate weave of her day. As she rinsed the plate and placed it onto the drying rack, she felt a wave of gratitude wash over her, as if each scrub was a whisper of thanks for the nourishment, the sustenance, the moments of shared joy that these items represented. Nearby, the sun continued its dance, casting gentle shadows upon the countertop, reminding her that everything was in a constant state of change. Nothing was permanent, yet every moment held value, a chance to experience the fullness of life without the burden of expectation. Miriam paused, allowing a thought to pass, a fleeting recognition of the beauty and simplicity. It whispered to her, soft and tender, urging her to dwell not in the past nor the future, but right here in the palpable now. She took a moment to gaze out the window, the world outside unfurling like a green tapestry, trees swaying in a gentle breeze, scattering leaves like laughter upon the ground. Feeling the warmth of the sun on her arm, she understood in that instant that life was a series of beautiful, interwoven moments, shimmering like the bubbles rising to the surface. With renewed focus, she returned to her task, picking up a glass, fragile memory in her hands. The transparency of the glass fascinated her, how the light poured through it, illuminating her palm. She swirled the sponge inside with ease, watching a symphony of bubbles dance in the depths before releasing them under a stream of water. Each glass she handled, she held as if it were an object of sacredness. A moment of stillness in a world that often moved too fast. In that small kitchen, a profound transformation began to bloom within her. She recognized how often she rushed through life, barely tasting its flavors, distracted by the cacophony of thoughts swirling in her mind. Today, with each dish, each turn of the sponge, she made a silent promise to herself to seek moments like this, to find beauty in presence, even in the mundane corners of life. As she approached the final stack of plates, tiredness crept into her shoulders, but it wasn't a weight. Instead, it felt like an invitation to embrace the moment, a reminder that being present was never a burden, but a joy. She thought of the countless dinners that had brought loved ones around her table, the stories they had shared, and the bonds they had fostered. This, too, was a part of life's cycle of washing, drying, and sharing, a dance of togetherness that transcended even the tidiest of spaces. Miriam finished the last plate and stood before the basin, the water now a soft echo of warmth that faded away. She looked into the clean, sparkling surface reflecting the sunlight, grateful not just for the dishes, but for the ritual that encompassed her day. It reminded her of the power of presence, the profound shifts that could occur when one simply chose to embrace the now. As she dried her hands on a towel, she couldn't help but smile. The kitchen, once a place of chores, had transformed into a sanctuary, a place of mindfulness and exploration. The cluttered thoughts of her mind began to settle as she cleared the countertop and looked out into the budding afternoon. The laughter of children and the smell of blooming flowers wafted through the window. A garden of vibrant life, waiting to be embraced, with a heart full of warmth. Miriam stepped outside, the path ahead shining with the promise of new moments each. One, a chance to breathe, to experience, to explore the layers of life that unfolded one breath at a time. And so, as you return to your own breath, may you carry this moment with you, a reminder that even the simplest acts of your day can become a pathway to mindfulness. It's a way to dance with the present and embrace the gentle unfolding of your life. Feel the stillness wrapped around you, the lace of everyday moments weaving through your heart. Trust in the beauty of now, for it is in presence that you discover the breathtaking mosaic of all that is. Take a moment to settle into your space. Allow your breath to flow naturally in and out, like the gentle waves caressing the shore. Notice the weight of your body against the seat, the texture of the ground beneath your feet, and the delicate dance of any sounds surrounding you. This moment is a gift, soft invitation to sink into the present. In this narrative, let us explore an ordinary experience. It's the kind that often slips through our fingers unnoticed, yet holds the potential to reveal a profound stillness within thee. Day began as any other, the morning sunlight spilling through the window like honey, casting a warm golden hue upon the kitchen tiles. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee lingered in the air, an invitation to awaken gently. As she stood at the sink, hands submerged in warm, soapy water, a sense of calm enveloped her. The simple act of washing dishes became her anchor, drawing her deeper into the heart of the present. The clinking of dishes accompanied the rhythmic motion of her hands. With each plate, each glass, she felt the coolness of porcelain and the slick, foamy texture of the soap. The water glimmered like tiny diamonds as it cascaded over the dishes, tracing a path of clarity, washing away remnants of yesterday's meals. Here in this moment, she focused solely on the task at hand, her mind brushing aside the myriad of thoughts that often cascaded through her day like leaves caught in a whirlwind. As the sponge glided over a stubborn stain, she observed the way the fibers embraced the surface, finding peace in the gentle resistance. It was a dance her hand, the sponge, the dish, all moving together in silent harmony. In this space, there was no hurry, no pressure to be elsewhere or to do something grand. Just the water, the soap, and the mindful presence she cultivated. With each deliberate stroke, the sound of water bubbling quietly filled the room. A soft melody that reminded her of a bubbling brook in a quiet forest. She allowed herself to listen deeply, as if the water had stories to tell. Each note whispered of life, of cycles, of renewal. With every rinse and wipe, the dishes transformed from clutter to clarity, a reflection of the inner landscape she was nurturing within. As she reached for a mug, she paused, taking a moment to appreciate the delicate patterns that adorned its surface, the swirling blues and whites that mirrored the endless sky. She held the mug to her heart, feeling its warmth seep into her palm, imagining the countless cups of tea shared with friends, the quiet mornings spent in solitude, savoring the moment with a book in hand. How many stories had unfolded over this simple vessel? There was a reverence here, a gratitude for the everyday, the ordinary that, when observed deeply, blossomed into something extraordinary. Thoughts may have danced at the edge of her awareness, tasks yet unfinished, conversations left unsaid, but she gently nudged them aside like drifting leaves. In this sacred space, those thoughts were neither friends nor foes. They were simply clouds passing through the expanse of her mind. She focused on her breath, feeling it rise and fall like the tide, anchoring her to the here and now. A soft smile crept onto her lips as she recalled her son's laughter from the living room. The lightness of his joy washed over her like the sun breaking through a canopy of trees. In that moment, she felt an urge to carry this warmth into their shared space, to infuse the day with presence, but not through grand gestures, rather through the simple act of being there fully, wholeheartedly. Finishing the last dish, she turned off the tap, listening to the final trickle of water as it slid down into silence. She dried her hands on a clean towel, feeling the softness against her skin, a reminder of the tenderness inherent in everyday experiences. Resolved in her small task, she stepped away from the sink, embracing a sense of completion. As she made her way into the living room, she paused at the threshold, allowing her breath to fill her lungs and expand her heart. The warmth of the sun spilled into the room in golden rays, illuminating her son's face as he sat engrossed in his play. His deep concentration was a sacred moment of presence, and she felt the gentle pull to join him, not with purpose, but with openness. "May I sit with you?" asked softly, and he looked up, his eyes widening with joy. "Yes, look, Mom," as he excitedly showcased his Legos, constructing a fantastical world of towering castles and colorful dragons. She settled next to him, allowing herself to be swept into his imagination. She listened to his words, each phrase a thread weaving their connection tighter. The room filled with his laughter, bubbling like the gentle water that had earlier danced beneath her fingertips. In these moments, she discovered the beauty of shared presence, a living testament to the threads that bind us to one another. With each playful banter and each moment of silence, she felt deeply alive, absorbing the details, the sound of tiny bricks clicking together, the light pouring through the window painting a tapestry of playfulness, and the whispers of love held in the air between them. There was balance here, a quietness born of just being, a reminder that the most extraordinary moments often arise from the depths of the ordinary. As the sun continued its slow descent, casting elongated shadows across the room, their shared laughter began to soften into gentle conversations, into the pauses that spoke volumes without words. The world outside melted away. Time was no longer important. It simply wove into the fabric of their togetherness. Eventually, as evening approached and a soft twilight settled in, she felt the peace from washing the dishes blend seamlessly into the warmth surrounding her, a quiet continuity of presence, of love, of existence. As she prepared dinner, the mundane task of chopping vegetables echoed the earlier rhythm of washing, a reminder that mindfulness could be refuge in every corner of her life, brought forth by the simple act of attending deeply. And so, as the day began to close, she recognized at these moments the soft laughter of her child, the warmth of familiar dishes. The air filled with the aromas of their shared meal were not just parts of life, but, in fact, life itself. It was a quiet gift wrapped in the brilliance of the mundane, urging her to return to this presence again and again. In the depths of everyday experiences lies a profound tranquility, waiting to be uncovered through the gentle embrace of mindful awareness, if only we choose to see it.